The final boss did not ask you that, Jalen.
What
boss asked you?
Okay.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
I mean, hey man.
Do you smell, Jalen? Did you smell when Jamal Murray posterized your boy last night in the and one? Do you smell when the man, the myth, the legend, who's better, as the final boss said, than Anthony Penny Hardaway on this channel just 1 year ago? Chilltown, in the flesh and blood. Have you ever seen the level up? Have you ever seen the greatness? Have you ever seen the continuous walk downs of who's supposed to be the phony GOAT? Jamal Murray is him. Jamal Murray is greatness personified. Jokic, get out of the way. When the game is on the line, when the series is on the line, Jamal Murray, mama, there go that man. And Jalen, last night, did you smell? Did you smell?
I'm smelling.
Did you smell? End of your king.
End of the king. The end. I smell the GOAT performance. 30 solid points. Did some solid playmaking. It was a great game. Look, great game. We're not praising losing. We're praising the facts of what happened. Look, the better team won. The better team won.
No, we're praising losing. No. We're praising losing.
We're not praising losing.
No. Because
what happened.
Hold on. Factually, what you just said is wrong. See, this whole series exposed the Lakers. Everybody's crying about Darvin Ham to set the third. As a coach, you did your job when your team has shots to win every game. In the clutch, it's about the play. It's about the superstars. It's about the guys making the big bucks. Murray and Jokic closed. LeBron and AD didn't. And more so from LeBron, I can't really get LeBron as much as I want to get him for last night.
Clutch free throws.
I'm more upset with AD for how he copped out of that second half last night with that little fake injury over there crying on. This man literally was crying tears on the bench, bro. He copped out because they let him off the hook. I'm telling you something. And Mars, the Denver Nuggets will not repeat this year. Minnesota's going to handle them boys. They got a lot of problems over there. But the Lakers, to lead all the minutes they led in this series, bro. There's a stat out here. They led like 159 to like 49 or 59 minutes in this series.
149 minutes and 51 seconds.
For the games to be there. Everybody keeps talking about Darvin Ham, that. Darvin Ham was good enough to get the game right there in the clutch. We talking about last second shots. And then people criticized Darvin Ham last game, before the game before last, for not using the challenges. Well, you have to, because Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith talked about this last night. And the NBA needs to change this rule.
Yeah, they do. Yes,
when you
they do.
lose a challenge and you win, you
should lose your timeout.
No. That timeout, and listen, y'all know I don't like LeBron. That timeout meant everything. He calls timeout, he can advance the ball to half court. And that gives you a whole different look with 3 seconds left on the clock. That is a horrible rule by the NBA. The NBA needs to change that rule immediately, because that rule right there could have been a difference in going to overtime again, or, you know what I'm saying, then potentially winning that game versus having to go full court and not being able to get the timeout. So when everybody was yelling at Darvin Ham the night before, when he didn't want to use the you know what I'm saying, the challenge because of
that was why. That was why.
That happened. You lose a timeout when AD got hurt. So he lost that timeout. When AD got hurt, you had no choice. You had to call it. You had to burn the timeout because AD was out there acting like he got hit by the DC sniper. Then you come up and you burn that challenge. You win the challenge, which to me was iffy anyways. Like, I thought he fouled Jokic before the shot, but I guess the referee was talking about he called the foul on the shot. The block was actually clean, but he fouled Jokic before that. But again, man, I don't see how anybody blames Ham. You got to blame the Lakers team for not closing the deal. Old boy, Austin Reeves, you got 3 free throws. You missed 2 out of 3 free throws in the clutch. LeBron James, he boxes out. We were just talking about the situation with Aaron Gordon. He boxes out Aaron Gordon, series over. Aaron Gordon doesn't get the rebound. Murray doesn't hit that big 3. Series over with. Chilltown is this close, but no cigar, baby. And those small things, those small intangibles is what won this series for the Denver Nuggets. And Jamal Murray, man, Chilltown, we're going to have another conversation about him with Penny, because I know Penny's great. But I ain't seen Penny do this with his time in the playoffs, bro. Jamal Murray, bro, the way he leveled up Chilltown and walked that thing down. Did you see the cadence last night with 11 seconds left? And look what he did, Chilltown. The little small.
I knew they was going to get something. I knew it. I knew they were going to
make it. You just knew Murray was going to make
small
it.
detail of what he did at the last 11 seconds. I'm going to tell you how you know he's a G. Chill. Instead of Murray getting closer to where the Lakers could have trapped him and doubled him and had a more manageable situation, what did he do, Chill? He backed out towards half court to get more space so that if the Lakers trapped him, easy pass, somebody's open for a dunk. So they couldn't trap him. So he backed out, counted the clock down, and then just went with it, Chill. And there's nothing you can do in that situation. The Lakers couldn't switch. They couldn't double because it was too risky to try to double him that far out from the basket. He gets somebody, it's an easy dunk, game over with. So, I mean, bro, Chilltown.
And on top of that, you got
to give it to him today, Chill. You got to give it.
I won't. I won't argue that.
Chill, you have to chill.
Yeah.
I won't argue that. Absolutely. I will not argue that. And the most important thing that you didn't mention, Ticket, they didn't solve the MPJ problem. Of all the problems that they had, they did not solve the MPJ problem. MPJ, him moving without the basketball, they hunting switches with Austin Reeves. He just shoots right over the top of him. They never found him in transition. He's cracking the long ball because that's all he's doing. I saw him drop to the basket one time, but that was it. For the most part, he wants to stand behind that. He wants to stand behind that 3-point line and crack the long ball. They did not solve that. That was huge in that series. Minnesota got the personnel to actually slow that down. The Lakers didn't. When we talk about James, I have a difficult time with the logic that 1 minute he's old, but then the next minute he's great. Sure, two things can be true, but we can't say both. I mean, even if two things can be true, like I feel like we got to pick a side here because we can't have him out there and he's getting dominated on the glass at the end of the game, say he's old, but then turn around when he makes a free throw, yo, he's awesome. Those things that he missed, like rebounding, turning the basketball over when they want to run and Joker picks him. That's huge, turning over the basketball, because we're trying to make a run when he does that. The game turned when Anthony Davis got hurt because they had the momentum. When Anthony Davis got hurt, that completely threw the game out because
how they blaming Darvin Ham then for that, Chill?
That was not his fault.
Darvin Ham for that.
Not his fault.
Dark AD and LeBron James, they had no answer for those two in this whole series. AD gets hurt. How can you blame Darvin? I'm seeing all these people talking about Darvin Ham, Chill. How can you blame Darvin Ham when AD acting like he couldn't even move his arm, bro? The man scored 1 point in the second half. That's not Darvin Ham's fault, bro.
It was just hanging.
That's not Darvin Ham's fault, bro. So everybody blaming Darvin Ham. And guess what, Chilltown? Even though AD was hurt, he still got it to the last possession. But the small things matter. When Reeves missed those 2 free throws out of 3, he got power to shoot 3 free throws. He's an over 80% free throw shooter. You missed the first 2. That's choking, Chilltown. That
was huge.
Yeah, still, this is the sad part right here. LeBron actually showed up and made his free throws in the clutch.
Yes, he did. Cracked both of them.
He made both free throws.
Cracked both of them.
And then, like I said, you got the timeout situation. You got the situation with Murray. Everybody's talking about, oh, why Darvin Ham ain't put a bigger defense. There's nothing he can do once Murray backed out. You can't then switch because it's too far to switch because Murray was damn near at half court. He backed out to half court to run the clock down so y'all couldn't switch or trap him, bro. People saying, oh, why he didn't put Vanderbilt on? You're not putting Vanderbilt in a series. He ain't played the whole damn series. He played in 2 months. You can put him out there for a play or 2 on this guy? You're not going to do that, bro. Listen, Darvin Ham did his job. The Lakers were right there. They competed, Chilltown. They didn't quit. They were right there the entire time. Jamal Murray was just on another level. That's all there is to it, bro.
And talk about how Rui has to make open shots. Mars, you know how I feel about guys missing wide open looks. How many wide open looks does Rui have at the long ball line? I feel like Denver made a conscious effort to leave him open. If you're gonna score, it's gonna have to be him. Instead of taking the dribble in and knocking down the mid range, nope, they leave him wide open. I see James actually getting after him. Yo, man, knock that down because you wide open. Because now what you become is a liability, or in the words of Jalen Rose, he with us, and we can't have that. We cannot have that with him. So I think Denver was just better. I think, to your point, Ticket, Jamal Murray did a great job of being patient on that pick and roll. He didn't rush. He knew exactly what the time was. He knew exactly where he wanted to get to. He didn't go too far in. He didn't go too deep into the lane where Anthony Davis could get to him or where the help could also come in and trap him. He didn't. He stayed further enough away where, even though Austin Reeves gave a great effort, because Austin Reeves was all over him, it was just a great shot. It was a great shot, and Denver's moving on.
And there was nothing you can do in that situation, y'all. There was no timeout that could have been burned by the Lakers to set up a defensive spot. There's nothing they could do, Mars. I mean, and when you look in that situation like that, man, bro, you guys are getting mad at Darvin. I'm seeing so many people talking about Darvin Ham, bro. The Lakers were in all these games. They were there at the end, except for game 1. They were there at the end, bro. Those scores have
tickets. The Lakers are up in the series. The Lakers are up in the series times 4.
Chill.
Times 4.
If I can say one thing about LeBron James, Mars, when you're up, when AD got hurt and they were up, here's where LeBron hurt the game. We start jacking up those threes. He was killing them going to the basket. Nobody could stop him going to the cup. He pulled up one ill-advised 3 when they were up like 3 or 4 points, and the Nuggets went on a run and they never looked back, except for when the Lakers still came and tied up the game. But again, the Lakers will never get over the fact that Reeves missed those 2 out of 3 free throws, and then at the end, LeBron James, all he had to do was box out Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon got all the big rebounds in this series. That rebound from Aaron Gordon, kick out to Jamal Murray, wide open 3, that killed the series because they were down a point. And if the Lakers get that rebound, this game is pretty much over with because they're either going to get fouled or they're probably going to score on that next possession because they were flowing. It wasn't like they weren't scoring. Reeves, they didn't come back down and hit a big 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then LeBron James drove, got fouled, made the 2 free throws, man. It was just not enough time. And then when you get the timeouts, this is why Darvin Ham didn't like using those other challenges during the course of the game, because once you get to that second challenge, y'all, you lose that timeout. And that last night was a perfect example. When you did not have a timeout and you needed a timeout to advance the ball with 3 seconds left, there's a lot that can happen with that when you only need 2 points, y'all. So y'all need to cut this Darvin Ham stuff out. The star players, they're getting paid $50-60 million a year. You got to close, man. And AD, you the biggest problem, bro. You're a disgrace, bro. For you to act like you got hit by the DC sniper, go down when your team needed you the most, have 1 point in the second half, and you dominated the first half, bro. You copped out, brother. And
Hold on with the AD. Hold on. The AD slander, though. When he got hit, I know on video, it doesn't look like a lot. It looked like he just got a little bump, 100%. But hold on. But we've all played sports before. I don't know, y'all, but hold on. Hold on. I'm not saying I know exactly what the injury was, but there's been times when you've been hit like that, maybe a slight elbow shoulder, where you pinch a nerve in your body. It's different. You're not able to lift your arm. You don't know what he was feeling. No, but exactly. We don't know the extent of that pain, though.
The man was crying, bro.
I get it, but he was probably going through it. He could have lifted his arm to it.
Jalen. You don't cop out in a game like that. Ask Mark.
He still plays. He still plays.
They win this game on my mama is going 7.
This game's coming back to Denver.
Because Denver lost complete momentum if the Lakers win that game. AD copping out in the second half was disgusting to me.
He didn't cop out, though. He battled through it.
He did not battle through it, bro. He copped out, bro. He was literally crying, bro.
Yeah, he played, though. We saw his face. He was playing through not being able to lift his arm.
That part I will agree with.
He was still guarding Jokic with one arm. His right arm was his left arm was just
that changed the game. That completely changed the game.
The Lakers I think the Lakers had Denver figured out. The Lakers were going to beat Denver. The momentum was on their side. They were making shots. Everything was going well. He got hurt. It changed the whole situation. Now, in terms of this game, look, and you guys mentioned it. It came down to the thinnest of margins. The LeBron not boxing on that situation, the Austin Reeves free throws. But guess what? Even through all that, Austin Reeves made a big shot. LeBron made the free throws. But then Jamal Murray came and he made his shot. At the end of the day, both teams were clutch. The Lakers made clutch baskets. Reeves was a clutch 3. LeBron made clutch free throws. They just left enough time for Murray to hit a clutch bucket. And that happens. They lost to a better team. And look, Jamal Murray, I saw a tweet.
They didn't lose.
I will say, keep going, Jalen. Keep going.
I dominated most of this series. They did not lose to a
100%. Yeah, Lakers.
Jamal Murray leveled up his time in this series. That's the only difference, bro. And in the late games, Murray leveled up. That's 2 game winners in one series, dog. This whole series is flipped around. He doesn't hit those 2 game winners at the end. This series is flipped around.
100%. Exactly. It came down to one shot. Came down to 1 or 2 shots. No, but that's to my point, though. It came down to 1 or 2 shots, 1 or 2 possessions. The series is completely different. If Jamal Murray misses those 2 shots, the series is completely different. We're having a whole other conversation. But he made those shots. And it just so happens that Denver had the last possession of the game. Sure, they had a couple seconds left with the Lakers. But
no. The Lakers had the last possession.
Yeah, they had the last possession, but with no timeouts. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good possession.
The last thing I want to say to you, Chill, before they go to Mars. Chilltown, when you look at this situation, bro, and when I look at the overall Nuggets in this overall series, bro, what makes me the most upset is, bro, is that the Lakers, they left more to be desired on the table.
Yeah,
bro.
they had a chance to win every one of these games. They had a chance to win every one of these games.
When you have a chance to win every single game, you got to close, and they close it in game 4. They did what they were supposed to do. But in this game last night, man, and other games, bro, you have to, those small details matter, bro. And everybody that's blaming the coach, bro, it can't be the coach every year with LeBron, bro.
Now remember this ticket. So the biggest problem in this series has been their third quarter woes. And that's where it got twisted, right? In the third quarter, when Anthony Davis went down. Austin Reeves actually was doing work in the meat and potatoes of the game. He actually gave them real good minutes. Now, him missing 2 of those 3 free throws, that was huge. Other than that, I mean, he knocked down some big shots. He got downhill. He was doing stuff like that to keep them in the game. Sure, it was a back and forth. With all of that being said, Joker getting on the glass, not just Joker getting on the glass, Aaron Gordon. Ticket, you talk a lot about the stars. I can't say this enough. We talk about them dirty work guys, man. Aaron Gordon is the difference in them winning and losing, them getting rebounds, not just him getting rebounds. I thought that they didn't go after KCP enough. KCP was wounded. Why didn't they go after him more than they did? I mean, he was clearly beat up. Same logic with Jamal Murray. Why didn't they go after him more? Because he was beat up. I understand that Jamal Murray is a big shot maker. I won't argue that. And I know that he can make big shots in the clutch. But when you got a guy beat up and you got a guy that's wounded, why not go after him more, especially in the playoffs, to exploit a matchup like that? Is that coaching more, or is that more of the players?
Wait, that's on LeBron. That's on LeBron and Darvingham, because LeBron is the floor leader on the floor, has to understand this guy's hurt. Get him in the switch. Tell his teammates that. That's on him. That's also on Darvingham too. Let the team know.
But it doesn't matter what Darvingham said. Your king won't listen, Mars.
Be listening.
Will you finally agree? Will you guys agree with me, Mars, that AD is of that level? He averaged 30 and 15 this season.
AD was amazing. He was amazing.
And everybody doubted me on this channel when we came in here, Mars, and I told all them that AD could step up and play at that level. They said, no, he can't. You guys accept mediocrity from AD. AD can do that. What he was doing in series 30 and 15, he can do that, Mars.
You asking me?
Yes, he's asking you, Mars. Yes, he's talking to you, Mars.
I don't remember saying AD's not good. But I guess you mean offensively. It depends on the level you're saying. If you're saying Jokic, then no.
He outplayed Jokic, didn't he?
To you, I guess. I think AD played great.
Hold on, Mars. He wasn't destroying Jokic in series?
I think KD played great. I think he had a great
asked you that. I said, was he destroying?
Yeah, Jokic? I think there's a reason I didn't answer your question.
Hold on.
I heard your question, and I'm gonna continue to say AD played great. AD had a hell of a series.
Y'all don't want to give me my credit on this channel, bro. Y'all disgusting.
Because I'm gonna keep saying, I don't think he's as good as Jokic offensively, but I don't think that's a knock on him. I think he's a great player. One of the 10 best in the league, just to be pessimistic. Defensively, I think the Denver series are always difficult for him defensively because of the responsibilities he has. But I think still defensively, if not the best defender in the league, top 3 easily. And I've been consistent in saying how good I think Anthony Davis is as a player. Now, we might view it differently on the offensive side of the ball. That's fine. But overall, I've never doubted AD as a player. I've been probably higher on AD than most people.
Everybody keeps saying stat shit. I'm not
Mars, we got to take it. What we got to do though. And I'm
talking about effect on the game. AD controlled this series when they went to him. So
I will say this. This is what we have to do though with Anthony Davis. Even though I was disappointed in him getting hurt, even though I was disappointed in that, we got to take that soft tag off him. He ain't soft, yo. He is not soft. Not only is he not soft, the only reason why he had this soft tag was because he got to Los Angeles. Y'all never talked about him being soft when he was in New Orleans. Not one time did I hear y'all. Never did I hear y'all dudes talk about him being soft.
We're saying,
never.
Hey, chill. We're not saying. I'm not saying. We're saying he's soft because of how he acts. Like all the theatrics. Did you see LeBron James when he got hurt last night? He was on the floor. LeBron looked at him like, man, this is ridiculous. LeBron looking the other way like, man, this dude, here he go again. Look at LeBron James.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about when James turned his ankle and he was like, "Don't take me out."
No. I'm talking about.
That's what I thought you was talking about.
That stuff, Chilltown. That stuff is soft, bro. Ron knows this. A dude get hit like that, he be acting like them Europeans be acting overseas when they get hit. The man literally was crying. That's soft, bro. That's what I'm talking about when I say.
I don't know what kind of pain he was in because he looked like he was in considerable pain.
Like you don't know the pain
he looked like he was in.
And then he was up laughing 3 minutes later, laughing. Get out of here, man. Come on, bro.
He looked like he was in considerable pain. I do get with that, but this Denver team, they got their hands full with that Minnesota team.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes,
it's Denver in 5. It's Denver in 5. It's Denver easy work. They're making another bet ticket. We can make another bet.
Jalen, listen.
200,
listen to your boy.
I'm telling you,
Jalen. Denver is not the same team as last year, bro. They are not the same team, bro.
You sure?
Denver has major issues.
The bet scoring isn't there.
Hold on. They got depth. They got depth issues. They also are going to have an issue. What happens if Jokic gets into foul trouble or has to go to the bench in that series with the bigs being able to control the boards? Because he's not going to be able to dominate on the boards all this series like he did against the Lakers, because they got 2 bigs plus Naz Reid coming off the bench. And remember, me and Chitchat had a conversation about Naz Reid, and Naz Reid ended up being 6 man of the year. And Chitchat remembers I went to his channel this year, had a conversation with him about Naz Reid, and Naz Reid won 6 man of the year. He comes in off the bench for this team at 6'10", 6'11". So again, they got real issues because Minnesota is a more complete team across the board. They got superstars that can score the ball, and they are hellified. They are a real defensive team. So Denver, if they come out playing like that against Minnesota, they will lose in short order, sir.
Ticket. So, Jalen, why do you think this is a quick series? I'm all ears to hear this.
I don't think Minnesota is going to be able to score with Denver. I think the difference maker is MPJ. I think MPJ had the series of. I think this is probably one of the best series I've ever seen MPJ play. We're talking about this series. Jamal Murray had his struggles throughout the series, but the fourth quarter he definitely kind of showed up. Jokic was doing his thing, but MPJ, whenever Denver needed a key 3 to maybe stop the momentum of the Lakers and kind of take him back, he was the guy. He was the guy hitting clutch bucket after clutch bucket. He shot 44% from 3, averaging 22, 23 this series, 55, 56 from the field. He was phenomenal. MPJ is going to be that guy. And do I think Denver's 3-point shooting slump, which again, this particular game got better, but in the early games, they've just been shooting. They've been missing open.
Who they gonna put on
I think that.
Hold on, Ticket. Hold on, Ticket. No, I want you to keep going with that theme. I want you to keep going with that theme, Jalen. Keep going with that theme.
Yo, Jalen, and right quick, just to add some context to everything that everybody's been saying. Michael Porter Jr. did have a phenomenal series. He averaged almost 23 points. He shot 55% from the field, 48% from 3, which is crazy for a series. Averaged 8 rebounds as well, a steal, and a block as well. But also, I do want to say that Jokic averaged 28, 16 rebounds, and damn near 10 assists.
He was still the best player. Jokic is still the best player.
And AD also averaged. Hold on, right quick, y'all. AD also averaged 28.
80 was phenomenal.
Almost 16 rebounds, 15.6, and he averaged 2 blocks. So
Ron, you guys are y'all talking about me being a stat merchant. You guys are stat merchants, Ron. If you gonna sit up here and say Murray gave them the series. Without Murray, they lose this series easy.
No, but without Jokic, it ain't even a 1 possession game for Murray though. Jokic is the reason it was close.
Jokic had the numbers and everything, but Murray with the breakdowns of all of these games in the second half, when the games turned, it was all about Jamal Murray. Every game, it was all about Murray.
Who was their best player up until 4 minutes left in the game?
It doesn't matter. Hold on, Tim, my man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Jamal Murray filled in everywhere within the margins, bro, and then he closed the deal. It wasn't Jokic. Jokic got the hell out the way. It was Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray is their closer. Jamal Murray is their closer. That's what they're doing. Jamal Murray is the guy. Give Jamal Murray the ball, move out the way. He's going to get you the bucket.
The fact that they kept going back to that
is their best player. Jokic,
man,
teammates rebounding offense.
Yeah, we can't argue a guy playing better with it as opposed to a best player.
Who had a better series in your opinion, Chilltown? Based off what you saw,
Joker.
Chilltown. Who gave it? Because even though Jokic was killing, it didn't affect the Lakers. You know why? Because AD matched him.
Well,
so it was Jamal Murray heroics and his leveling up in the second half of these games that was the difference. It was Jamal Murray. Go look at every game.
Well, even what you're saying, Ticket. Remember, he wasn't shooting the basketball great because that's who Jamal Murray is, and they did a really good job on him up until late in the game. Joker is the one keeping him in the game. What I thought when I see this series, I think about Dallas in 2011. Like Dirk wasn't great in them series. What he was keep it close, I'll end it. And that's what it was with Jamal Murray. Keep it close, and when we get to the end, give me the ball and I'll end it. But when you're talking about Joker, you knew it was coming. When I'm watching him and Joker run that 2-man, I thought that Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves, I thought Anthony Davis and even D'Lo did a good job at covering it sometimes, but they would go right back to it. And at some point, they would get them off balance, and he would get the shot that he was looking for. That means that they just sticking with the. That means that they sticking with the plan. No.
I'm not saying he's not the best player on the team. I'm saying for this series, Murray was the best player for this series for them because he filled in everything they needed in order to get over the hump, bro. Hey, listen. Even though Michael Porter Jr. was killing all game, even though Jokic was doing what he was doing, they were still getting beat by 15, 20 points in those games. It wasn't until Jamal Murray turned up and did what he did in the second half of these games, when he mainly turned on mostly in the second half, is when the entire game changed for this team.
Ticket. So are you saying that Jamal Murray is more important than Jokic?
No, I said in this series, Jamal Murray was a better player than Jokic, bro.
Oh, so he's not just more important, he's better.
And no, in this series,
what's better in this series?
He don't mean a better player. He just means
I understand that. He was better in this series. Hold on.
Let me ask you a question, Ron. Do they win if Jamal Murray don't go on his heroic spree?
If that's the case, we can say the same thing about Joker.
No. You hear what I'm saying to you? Listen, what I'm saying to you, Shield. When Joker was doing his numbers, Michael Porter Jr. was doing his numbers. They were still down 15, 20 points in most of these games.
Right.
It wasn't, and that's when Murray was struggling in the first halves. It wasn't until Murray turned on in the second half of these games that all of these games turned. That's why the Lakers control so many of the minutes. I told you, AD basically matched Jokic. With his defense and his offense, AD basically matched Jokic. LeBron basically outdid Michael Porter Jr. and whoever else you want to throw off the bench. It was Jamal Murray's difference that made the difference in this series. You had 2 game winners in this series. Averaged. What did he average in this series, Mars? What did Jamal Murray average this series?
Something like 20 something a game. But that's just
23 and a half.
Right. But that's just closing the game, no Ticket. We're talking about them. Jamal Murray didn't get them back in games.
I'm talking about the second half.
Right. Let's just talk about the second half, right? Jamal Murray is closing games for them. When they're down 15, it ain't like Jamal Murray's going on a 12-0 run. He's not doing that. Joker's cleaning glass. Michael Porter's hitting jump shots. He's hitting threes in transition. He's getting them back in it. They're keeping it close. So once they keep it close, where it's a 6-7 point game, now we get to the fourth quarter. Now Jamal Murray is getting it going. I can't say that Jamal Murray is the best player in this series because at the end, we get 6-7 minutes into the fourth quarter, and now he gets going. Prime example.
You can't deny, though. You can't deny that last 5 minutes came around, and Jamal Murray really reminded everybody, like,
yeah.
What about game? I think it was game. Which game was the game he hit the buzzer beater? Is that game 2?
That was game 2.
So just so you know, Ron, up until that point, he had missed 15 of the 18 shots that he made. Just so you know.
No, I get that. No, I get that. You can't deny the first 3 quarters. You can't deny the first half of the fourth
3.5 quarters. Exactly.
But I'm saying,
no, it's not 3.5. Not 3.5, Jalen. Sorry, first half.
No. For Jamal Murray to come and hit that game winner, which was by far the biggest shot in the series, by far the biggest play in the series, by far the biggest swinger of the series, the biggest momentum builder. For him to do that and then did what he did last night, like that last 5 minutes, Jamal Murray really put on a show. If you only watch that last 5 minutes, you would be like, man, who the hell is this guy? He came and jumped on LeBron, started doing this.
Ron, go back to the 3 that put him up.
The 3
go
was
back
crazy.
To the
3 was insane.
On LeBron James. Go back to the layup over LeBron James. Go back to all those plays that Murray was making down the stretch. It wasn't even about Jokic no more. Jokic, get your big slow ass out the way. It's Jamal Murray time, baby. And Chilltown, will you admit today, from what you've seen, will you repent for your sins? And will you admit today that what you saw from Jamal Murray, leveling up the way he did, will you admit that, man, that dude is better than Penny, man? What you seen, bro? Listen, we love Penny. He's great. But I ain't never seen Penny do nothing like that when it's time, bro. Not like that, bro. Not like what Murray did, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Again, if we're saying that, then we got to say
chill.
That a lot of these dudes. No, Ticket. No, whoa. He does have to chip. I won't argue that.
And he came back against. Listen, we ain't talking about no bull job team. He did this against the Lakers in high pressure situations, Chilltown. Those was 2 crazy game winners.
I don't think that Jamal Murray. I think that Jamal Murray, as good as he is, I don't think that we saw enough of Penny to give him that. I don't think I saw enough.
That's my point to you.
If we doing that ticket, then yes. If we doing that, then yes. If we doing that, then yes. Yeah, if we doing that, then yes. I don't feel like I saw enough of Penny. I just don't.
We can only go off what we saw. And I ain't never seen him do that, Ron. I ain't never. But guess what?
I mean, they was in the finals in year. They was in the final. He was in the finals in year 2.
Ron,
I'm sorry, year 2.
But he lost. But he lost. He had a chance to do it early, and he lost.
And then the next year, and then after that, he started breaking down.
And he had Shaq too, and Shaq was one of the most dominant big men in the game at that time.
He was a kid too, though.
And Ron, to you, they hit this man with the Kyrie Irving tax. Remember, everybody, LeBron James was the ultimate warrior, but guess who was the best player in that series? The heartbreak kid, Kyrie Irving, baby. And you know it. Jalen knows it.
Kyrie Irving was never the better player than LeBron in the series. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What?
Kyrie Irving was never a better player in any series they won.
I said he was the best player in that series, Jabroni.
Which series?
Which series?
In the series where your king said it made him the phony GOAT.
He was never no way.
This is crazy. Ain't no way.
That's Mars. That's Mars.
LeBron James was clearly the best player on the floor. Come on, man.
Mars, who was the best player in that series? Was it LeBron or was it Kyrie? Tell the truth, Mars.
What are you doing?
Mars, we need to hear the truth this morning.
If they're
or this afternoon or evening, wherever you may be in the world.
If they're playing on the same team, why does it matter who the better player was?
Come on, Mars, you hate me.
Why does it matter? They're playing on the same team. If Kyrie's the best, if LeBron's the best, like they won together. Like who cares?
Is Kyrie the best player? Is Kyrie playing the best right now in the Mavs series for the Mavs?
Might be, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I do think that we could. No, it's not. No, whoa.
You can still do other things. Just because Kyrie again.
Now he might be doing more in terms of distributing and stuff like that. But
exactly.
Like when we need buckets and we go in because Luka is not doing all of that, especially defensively. Don't even get me started on defensively. I want to talk about that. But with that being said, Jalen, I want to get back to your point about Denver and Minnesota. So the Lakers weren't able to solve the MPJ problem. Well, the Lakers weren't able to solve that MPJ problem. Minnesota can. Number one, they're bigger. They got better defenders. Not only do they have better defenders, they're better on the glass. And how is that going to happen? That's going to happen with their X factor in Cat. What Cat's going to do is he's going to drag Aaron Gordon or whoever is covering him away from the basket. What that leaves Joker underneath the basket by himself. What that leads to now Minnesota jumping Joker on the glass. Now they got a huge problem that they can't contend with. Now, when you think about the rotation guys, we already know that Denver's rotation isn't very good. Minnesota's rotation is way better. To Ticket's point, Naz Reid coming off the bench, he's going to give them timely minutes. Slow-mo coming off the bench, he's going to give them great minutes. Morris, all of these guys coming off the bench are going to give them great minutes. And the staple that the Minnesota Timberwolves have had all year, it's been their defense. If Denver is going to beat these dudes, they got to beat these dudes early because the longer this series goes on, the more pressure they're going to put on Jamal Murray and KCP, who are both beat up. If this series goes 6-7 games, I got Minnesota winning this series.
Yo, Jalen, right quick, before we dive into this and everything, I got to shout out to everybody that's watching the show. It's 2,200 people in here. Shout out to you guys for pulling up to the panel today. Also, make sure you like that video. If you're not a member and you want to type in the chat, it only takes $1.99. And we have other tiers and stuff like that offer other incentives and perks and all of that good stuff. So check out all of our membership packages. Become a member today. Be a real one. Also, subscribe if you haven't. We watched the game last night on playback with Chill. Chill, you had a good time last night, or was
that was awesome, Ron. That was an awesome experience.
It was a good game. It really was.
Great game. It
was a fantastic game. Going back and forth, man. James turning the ball over, then Joker missing a shot, then Aaron Gordon getting rebounds. Oh, that was a great game last night.
That was the worst.
God is great because if the Lakers would have won that game last night, I would have not ever heard the end of Jalen, bro.
You know what?
Jalen would have had cream. He would have had icing. He would have had all cherries. He would have had strawberries. He would have had peaches and cream in here. All kind of glazing would have been done in here if LeBron would have won that game last night. Chill.
It was right there.
You said it though, Ticket. If they win that game last night, we'll see you Saturday night in Denver. We'll see you Saturday night in Denver.
And guess what? And I think the Lakers would have won Game 7, bro.
Yep.
I ain't even gonna lie to
I
you.
don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
They had to
If
figure
they
it out.
would have did that, Jalen and these guys would have been unbearable, bro.
Well, you would have had to admit what you said.
You would have been unbearable.
I wouldn't even been on it, Ticket. I'm to be honest with you. I wouldn't even been on it. But you would have to admit what I would have been up there front and center. Say it, Ticket. Say it. But you ain't gotta say it because they lost. But it was a great game. It was a great game. That was an awesome
Jamal
game.
Murray really shut the door on them, though.
Jamal Murray needs to be studied. Like this, a player who's consistently hitting these game winners now over the course of a couple years. The only players who've done this are literally guys like LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Like those are the guys that do these type of things. Jamal Murray isn't supposed to be this guy, but he's done it now. It's crazy.
And Jalen, he looks calm in the situation. It's almost like this calm comes over him. Like we get to the fourth quarter, like, all right, this is my time. Give me the pill. I got you. I'll finish.
And we know he's going to make it. Like game 2.
Yeah.
J-Rob, I play. We're like, he's going to make this. He's going to make this. He hits it. And this too right here, I'm like, he's going to make this. He does. And these are tough shots. They're tough contested shots. Both shots that he made was perfect defense. You're not playing defense on that better than what the Lakers did. They contested it. He still hit it. It's ridiculous.
Also, too, keep in mind who he's playing with.
Yep.
Some people say Jokic is a top 20 player already. Some people say top 40. Some people say, a lot of we've had people come up here and say Jokic is the best center of all time. We've had people come and do that.
Got him at 12. Ticket got him at 12.
Ron, here's the thing. We're gonna have to have a different conversation about that if he can't repeat. Because all the great ones repeated. Shaq, all the great ones repeated except for Tim Duncan. All the great ones repeated except for Tim Duncan. Pretty much. Hakeem repeated. And people are saying that they're putting him past Hakeem. I can't put him past Hakeem Olajuwon if he don't repeat. He got to repeat. Hakeem repeated with a team he repeated with. This dude, Jokic and Murray, have to repeat and run this thing back for people to really say, yeah, they that. You know what I'm saying? Or else they just look at them like, okay, yeah, they got through 1 year. But I don't think they repeat, bro. I really think Jalen is wrong on this. I don't think that they beat Minnesota. I think Minnesota is going one way to the NBA Finals, bro. And I think that I just think that Minnesota, bro, is real, bro. And what Ant-Man is doing and what he did to KD and those guys, bro. I mean,
man, get them dudes out of here, man.
Hey, before we dive into this, I do got to get to these super chats, and we'll definitely get to that series. We'll also get to it was a couple other games last night, so we'll get to that. Celtics looked like the Celtics last night, and another team got sent home too. So we'll talk about that. But man, shout out to Jamal Murray, shout out to Michael Porter Jr., shout out to Jokic. The Nuggets are the Nuggets, and
defending world champs, Ron. Defending world champs. You want the belt? This where it is. Come get it. You want the belt? This where it is. Come get it.
Does this affect you guys' man's legacy? Or
no, LeBron. LeBron is still the GOAT. What are we talking about? He's still the GOAT by a mile. It was not a great performance in the clutch game.
I didn't want to ask that. This is just one of the questions on my script that I have to ask. You know,
bro, he don't have Ron. So it's no negativity that goes against him for losing all these series, getting swept and getting beat by 5. There's nothing. If LeBron James gets swept for every season he plays left forward, Jalen will not hold that against him. That's bullshit.
If he plays bad, yes. Wait,
no. I don't care about playing bad, bro. Bro, it's been players that played great. Hold on. It's been players that played great that lost. We don't give them that credit because they lost.
I still give them credit.
Jalen, you can't have it both ways, yo. Because if they win, you up here and you making it clear.
Hold on.
You can stick around too long. You can definitely stick around too long. You can stick around too long.
The way I view basketball is going to be different. If a guy plays well and they lose to a better team, that's not hard. But Michael Jordan scored 63 against Boston.
But you didn't say that about Kobe Bryant.
He's so great.
You didn't say that about Kobe.
Wait, I don't praise winning and losing.
Kobe, hold on. Kobe annihilated the Phoenix Suns, and you crushed Kobe. I heard you do it before. So shut up.
Wait, what? Which Phoenix Suns? The one where
in 06 when the Lakers gave up
I've heard you on this channel running your
take on that particular series.
Yes, I've heard you do that. He played great in that series. He averaged like 36 in that series.
Okay, yeah, he played great. Yeah. That one game where he didn't pass his teammates. Maybe I brought that up. I didn't think he was bad that series.
Same energy, bro. Something is really wrong with you. I don't know what type of medicine y'all taking up there in Canada, bro. But you need to get off that stuff, man. You need to get off.
Damn, Jalen, that free healthcare, they not giving you the right medicine.
Hey man,
Jalen, free isn't always good.
The weight lines can be.
I guarantee you, he tests positive for performance enhancement drugs.
Who, Jalen?
All natural, baby. All natural.
Yeah, ain't natural.
All right, so I gotta.
He on that new juice. He on that Balco.
I got that's expensive. Might be on my price range the way Balco prices be looking.
I got a super chat from Drink More Water. He said MPJ was the MVP of this series. Dude should have been fighting for being drafted #1 overall in 2018. Had the back issue and was drafted 14 and stayed mostly healthy. Denver got lucky in getting such a high-level shot maker.
Well, he did miss a whole season. So, but for the most part, he's been healthy and he's been giving them great minutes. I feel like that was a problem that the Lakers couldn't solve. Not they didn't solve it, they couldn't solve it. They didn't have the personnel to solve that. That was the problem.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Porter Jr. It seems like he's actually really turning over a new stone.
Especially LeBron. How do you feel if KD goes and joins LeBron?
Hey, oh my goodness! Oh my God!
How do you feel about that? They're talking about that on ESPN right
something's
now.
about to happen. I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling the aura of the NBA. Something's about to shake up.
But I'm saying, how do you feel about that? If KD, I want to get that's a question, y'all. How would y'all feel if the Lakers trade and get KD? How would y'all feel about that?
The Lakers trade and get KD.
What? First of all, what are the Lakers trading to get him? That's number one.
The 3 picks they got.
D'Angelo Russell, Rui to match salaries.
So first of all, D'Angelo Russell comes off the books. D'Angelo Russell comes off the books after this year.
No, Austin Reed, he
ain't
opt in to do a sign and trade. That ain't nothing.
Especially how they treating him in Los Angeles.
No, I'm saying he can do a sign and trade.
Sure, he could, but I don't think he's going to do that. He absolutely could do that, but I don't think he's going to do that. But for KD to get with James now, oh my God, this is terrible.
Yeah, it'd be like people with the image of like Steph, KD, and LeBron playing together.
Yeah,
How this gonna happen? It's like
they're saying Philly's in play too. So what are you talking about?
Look, if I'm LeBron, go to OKC. They draft Bronny. Do your thing over there, LeBron.
So a bunch of so a broke knee Joel Embiid, James, who will be 40 in December, in KD. No.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
Teddy Hart sent through a super chat. He said, "Ticket saying Jokic has to repeat ignores the fact this era has way more roster turnover league-wide than back in the day. Opposing teams are now so different year to year that used to not be the case."
What's the difference, though?
That don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean anything. That's these players' fault for changing all these teams. That's the players' fault. That's the players' fault for trading all these players. That ain't nobody but the players and the team's fault for trading all the players. If you did with see, that's the great thing that Minnesota did, Chilltown. They didn't panic after last season. What did they do, Chilltown? Remember when Slow-Mo was getting into it with Rudy Gobert calling him soft? They could have easily blew that up, said, nah, this is a problem. What did they do? They said, nah, we're going to go have a full training camp, come back, running back, and now look at them right now. They actually kept their team together. So what you saying don't mean a damn thing, sir. Teams need to keep their teams together, sir. So you your role of shit in their mouth.
And on top of that, Denver got their crew back. They got their core back. So the other turnover that you're talking about with those other teams, what they got to do with us? We got our crew back. I mean, Denver finished the game out of the #1 seed in the West. So it's not like they finished 7th or 8th and that affected their complete standings. No, they still at the top of the Western Conference.
Bruce Brown. Yeah, other than Bruce Brown.
They still at the top of the West, so they ain't got nothing to do with them. Those
respect Jeff Green.
Yes, respect Uncle Jeff 100%. But that has nothing to do. I don't mean Jeff and Bruce Brown because they were integral role players. I won't argue that, Moss. But in terms of their core, what everybody else is doing ain't got nothing to do with us. Like you had teams changing rosters in the back in the days. They ain't had nothing to do with Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan and Kukoc. You had teams changing their rosters back in the days. They ain't had nothing to do with Pippen, Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen. We got our crew. You can do whatever you want with your crew.
Yo, Teddy, you said they misunderstood me. Wish I could call in. Send through another chat. It don't got to be a super chat. Just send through another chat clarifying what you're talking about, and I'll put it up on the screen, and we'll talk about it.
And hey, real quick, Ron. Shout out SJ. Appreciate it, SJ.
It's your birthday today, Jalen?
Your birthday today?
It was a sad day. Yeah, I turned. We all had now, folks. We turned 30 today. It's so sad. It's so sad.
It's your birthday, Jalen?
Yeah, it's so sad.
So you got on your birthday suit today?
Maybe later tonight, or later this week.
So what happened? So to give you some insight, Jalen, what happens when you turn 30? Now you're the old dude amongst young people.
I hear
you. That's what you are now at 30 years old. You become the old dude. But when you turn 50, you're the young dude amongst old people.
Yep. It's
So that's the way that works. Yeah, Mars, eat it. That's right.
30 the new 20. 30
Yeah.
If you hang around 8-year-olds to make yourself feel better, I mean, I get
Which
it.
is kind of crazy too, Martin. Because I live in Florida, so that's what's going on down here. So people who will see me, hey, young man, how are you? And these are people that's like my mother age and stuff like that. So I'm the young guy around old people. So
you know you're old when like there's references to certain TV shows or like music, and they don't know what it is. I'm just like, wow, this is insane.
Yo, but happy birthday, Jalen. I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, Jalen. I didn't know the day was your birthday. That's dope.
Appreciate it.
I feel bad you have to celebrate your birthday while your king is.
I know a win would have been great.
You know.
But man, what are you gonna do? It's okay. What are you gonna do?
Hey, but like Buddy said, welcome to the 30 Club, Jalen. Welcome. You got big plans this weekend?
Yeah, I've never been a big birthday guy. Like I've never been, but probably gonna have a little birthday bash in a couple weeks. Just my parents out of town, like a little birthday bash in a couple weeks.
I've never been a birthday guy, but I'm having a bash.
I usually don't, yeah, but just for this one.
You're not finna drink no beer. All you're gonna do is drink creatine, like he always do.
Creatine with the vodka, baby. Creatine with the vodka.
They finna make you a cake with all creatine.
Hey, ticket, you wild as hell, yo.
Hey guys, take your creatine, man. It's good for you. Take it once a day. 5 grams. I'm telling you, 5 grams a day. Do you good.
Hey, Jalen.
Something really wrong with Jalen Chilltown. You just ain't seen that. Something really wrong with Jalen,
for real though, Jalen. You bench the most on the PC platform?
Probably, yeah. Probably
Are you top 3?
I definitely bench press the most, and shoulder press the most, without a doubt.
But hold on. Who do you think is top 3 with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Probably out of all the guys on PC.
Who possibly, if anybody's giving you a run for your money, who would you?
Damo Swiper. I mean, Chilltown probably the leanest. Chilltown probably looks the best with a shirt off. I mean, tell you is one of those things probably like, no. Hold on. I'm just saying, it's a good thing. I'm just saying. Hold on, there ain't no pause. We can say there ain't no pause. I'm just saying he lean, he a vegan, he probably got low body percentage fat. You know,
I knew Ticket was going to do that. I knew Ticket was going to do that. I knew it. You want right into that right there. I knew Ticket was going to do that.
That's why I chill. That's why Jalen like LeBron. I guarantee you in his house he got a picture of LeBron with no shirt on his post.
It's crazy.
I guarantee you, bro. That fool be watching all LeBron workamos.
There's plenty of people with better physiques. There's plenty of people with better physiques than LeBron. No, I think Damo Swiper just because their weight.
But Jalen, you like LeBron's physique, don't you?
No, I'm actually not too impressed with his physique. No, his chest is kind of flat. The shoulders aren't really blooming. It's just not. I'm saying from a body perspective, it's just not. It's just not.
Yo, Tiki, get out of here. Tiki's disgusting. Yo.
It's real though.
Tiki is disgusting.
I'm saying, like,
disgusting. Hey, but Jalen, you not gonna show no love to Bama?
Oh yeah, Bama. That's true. Bama, football player. Yeah. Ex-football. Bama could buy a bench too. No, 100%.
I think Bama throw up. What is it that you do in the combine? It's what 175?
No, 225.
225
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I know Bama set a combine record at his school, wherever he was at.
Yeah. I mean that's impressive.
Man,
I'm also incline bench better for you, but flat is cool too.
Hey Ron, imagine Jalen walking up to LeBron at the game like, man, I ain't impressed with your physique.
Hey, it don't matter though. The game good. The physique is cool. You know, it's all right. It's just lean build, but better physique.
Hey, look, Ron would be like, what's wrong with me? Yeah, man. You get your chest.
Yeah, get a little chest up, man. Start doing a little more incline press. He's a little flat. Just a little flat. It is what it is. Y'all don't be critiquing. This is crazy. This is very comical. We're at the gym critiquing each other's physique. It's a thing. Nice triceps. Some people have good tricep insertions. Some people have good bicep insertions.
He'll do that in real life, Ron. He'll do that.
I mean, I don't know if I say that to LeBron right away, but wait, y'all never be hanging out with the homies, be like, yo, you looking real good today. Someone they got a real pump on. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jalen, what you doing, yo? What is happening right now, Jalen? Are you nuts? What's going on?
Fellas, it's okay to appreciate your homies' hard work if they're really working on it. If they got a fresh haircut, looking good, skin good.
That I could get.
I
could get.
Jalen, you the new Billy Blanks, boy.
Hey, man, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
That's funny.
All right, so I got a super chat from Mars. You be appreciating your homies' physique out there in the UK?
Sure, just so Jalen doesn't feel
Yeah.
alone. There you go, Jalen.
I'm telling you.
Homie, hey, see, chill. You, hey, any other time you will call Mars a scumbag, but here he is helping Jalen out.
I'm
He's still a
telling you, man.
scumbag. He's still a scumbag.
But hey, chill. Maybe Durag Mars got a little more sympathy, and you know.
Wait, y'all never
He got
complimented
a bigger
homie's
heart.
hairs? Like my
Yes.
Mars
Yes.
takes out the do-rag, crazy waves or something. You're gonna be like, yo, Marv, the waves are on point today.
First of all, Mars got a blowout, so let's kill the waves.
Hey.
So yeah, Mars got a blowout, so let's kill the waves. That's a different do-rag too, Mars.
No, astute observation.
Mm-hmm. I pay attention. I do. I pay attention.
Jalen, you the gift that keeps on giving, boy.
It's isn't he, yo?
Why not?
Hey, once again, happy birthday, man.
Absolutely,
It's a good day. It's a good day up in Canada, man. Your Highness Charles said, Ticket is right about AD. The Lakers medical staff reported that AD had no injury. This dude is soft. Also, get LeBron out of LA, bro. This dude is going to fire the third coach in 6 years. This is nasty work.
Y'all gotta stop blaming one person for the firing of a coach. I think multiple people have realized, look, do I put this game on Darvin Ham? No. But is there problems in Darvin Ham? Yes. Some of the plays, play calling out, coming out of timeouts, not elite. We saw the whole thing where he'd hold the, what do you call it, the clipboard, doing nothing on it, literally just talking.
Who they gonna hire though? If they fired D Ham, who they gonna hire?
I mean, sure.
Don't say Mark Jackson because y'all criticized Mark Jackson and said that he had to go from Golden State because the offense wasn't right.
I'm not.
Mike D'Antoni, man, get Mike
D'Antoni. I mean, hey,
get Mike D'Antoni.
That'd be intriguing. Pair him up with a defensive-minded assistant coach, maybe.
I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna try. I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna try and do. What they're gonna try and do is wait, and if the Clippers flame out and Ty Lue leaves, they're gonna try and snatch up Ty Lue.
I don't like Ty Lue as a coach either. I had a coach that's gonna hold.
Anyone who coached LeBron all of a sudden.
No, I like Spoelstra. I think Spoelstra's great. I think.
Yeah, but that's because he 10 years removed from LeBron. You could just say, "Oh, well, Spoelstra wasn't that guy when he had LeBron." That's what you want to say. So I can see.
I just think, yeah, get him a coach that's gonna, in some ways tell LeBron, no, run this play, and he'll actually listen. I think Spoelstra has that.
Yeah. Somebody said in the comment section, Jalen. Somebody said in the comment section that D'Antoni would be good for the Suns. I agree with that. For a team that got no defensive pieces, a guy like Mike D'Antoni, he'd be excellent for that team. Like with KD, you give Mike D'Antoni those pieces with Phoenix and bring him back. I like him in that situation more because I think he would get the most out of that type of team. I'm talking about Mike D'Antoni, where you give him that many offensive weapons. So I do think he'd be better in a situation like that. For this Lakers team, bro, to me, there is no coach on the market. Like Budenholzer, nah, I'm not sold on him, bro.
Hey, JJ Redick get an interview to Charlotte.
Oh yeah, get JJ in there.
Bring the podcast boys together.
JJ in there, but I just don't know. I mean, I think LeBron would respect him enough.
But hold on, what's the excuse going to be if JJ Redick goes over and they lose? What's the excuse going to be? Because remember,
JJ they'll talk about it on the podcast. They'll be like, "Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. When you made this adjustment, I'm working with it. That's real good content. That's good content. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the content. That's what.
I wonder how JJ's gonna feel when Clutch throws him under the bus when he start losing.
I mean, hey,
bring Rich Paul on the pod too.
Mm-hmm.
I think JJ does deserve a coaching job or should get some sort of coaching job somewhere in the league. Maybe not with the Lakers.
And to whoever in the comments,
why? Because he says Horn's chest on his podcast all of a sudden.
No, it is an awkward dynamic for them having a show together and then being his coach. I do think that might just be a little awkward or a situation to deal with.
To the dude in the comment section who said something about us, we need to praise James Harden for what? We've seen him do this before. This ain't nothing new.
Not new.
We saw James Harden do this last year against the Celtics, and then what happened in Game 6 and 7? So come on, bro. We saw James Harden get 2 40-point games in that series against the Celtics last year, virtuosos. And then when the series is on the line, because this series is going 7. Y'all think the series is over? This series is going 7 games. So when he gets to Game 6 and 7, let's see what James Harden does then. When
Luka masterclass incoming. Luka's going to have his 40-point game coming.
So, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. What are the Kawhi Leonard conversations we're going to have? Because is he just, because they're winning games, is he being overlooked in some of his shortcomings this series?
Mars, you and I had a conversation. I was about to say that. Mars, you and I had a conversation a couple months back, and we talked about the top 75 players and could they tell the story of the NBA without Kawhi Leonard? And I wasn't sure if they could, considering the fact that he won NBA championships. He was the defensive player of the year. He played at an all-pro level. And your logic was him being more of a bookmark than deep into the story. The more time goes on, the more I'm thinking to myself, you might be right. You may be right about that, because I just don't think in terms of his longevity of him being awesome, I just don't think it was long enough. I think he was awesome. When he was awesome, he was fantastic. But I just don't think he was awesome for long enough.
Fellas, I got more super chats. Your Highness Charles said, also, Chilltown, you were wrong, and is easily the best 2 guard. Outside of 2020 versus Denver and 21 versus the Clippers, Mitchell averages 22 on 40% field goals in the playoffs, and then lap that dude. Fuck out of here.
So after one playoff series, like, was you saying this last week that he was easily the best 2 guard in the game? Because if him being easily the best 2 guard in the game, that means that before this playoff series, he had to have at least been 1 or 2. And just now that he did what he did in this playoff series, which, by the way, he was, I mean, don't get me wrong, that closeout game, he was fantastic. But was he awesome throughout the playoff series? Was he awesome throughout that whole series? I mean, he was good. I mean, he was great. I won't argue that part. But you have to, if you're saying that, he had to have been at least right there as the best 2 guard in the game. And now that he's easily that, this series does that? No, I'm not buying that. Meanwhile,
Ant-Man?
Yes.
So you don't think Ant-Man's the best?
I don't think he's easily the best 2 guard. I don't think he's easily the best 2 guard in the game.
No, you got to give that to him, Chip. And here's the reason why you got to give it to him. The reason why you got to give it to him is because Devin Booker has repeatedly shows you that he was a product of Chris Paul. Without a guy like Chris Paul, Devin Booker's career has been nothing but just scoring the basketball. That's it. He doesn't have an effect on winning. He's not a good leader. He doesn't play the other end on an elite level. Ant-Man does all of these things. And Ant-Man is a better all-around offensive player. Even though Devin Booker's a better shooter, Ant-Man's a better all-around offensive player, has more tools in his toolbox than Devin Booker. And again, he has more heart, bigger competitor, big moments player, better leader, all those intangibles that D Book doesn't have, Ant-Man has, bro. You have to give it to him, bro. You have to, bro. He's going to be first team All-NBA this year. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to beg to be on the All-Star team. He's going to be on Team USA and one of the key guys. I mean, bro, the dude is nasty with it.
Was Anthony Edwards better than Mitchell in the regular season or Booker in the regular season? Like, I understand he's elevated in the playoffs and he's been great.
Now, don't forget, before Donovan Mitchell got hurt, he was having another career year, by the way. Before he got hurt, he was having another career year, and we were having this conversation. And I wasn't on the fence about it. He was averaging 28 a game. I think he was having a career high year in assists. He was doing work with Cleveland. Cleveland was at the 3rd seed, which is where I thought that they would be. I think Anthony Edwards turned it up at the end of the season, and in the playoffs, I think that he's there. But to say that he's the best 2 guard in the game because of what he did in the playoffs,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about all.
No, I know what you mean, Tick. And when you're talking about all body of work, I think he was. I think he had an elite season. But when I think about what Donovan Mitchell did throughout the course of this season, before he got hurt, now injuries matter. Don't get me wrong. I think injuries matter. But before he got hurt, he was having another career year. He was I think he was 6th in the league in scoring. I think he not only 6th in the league in scoring. I think he was at the top of where he used to be and shooting the long ball. One of the better distributors in the game.
Chill, let me put something on your brain. He was 26, 5.5, and 5 this season, the regular season, right? Mm-hmm. Playoff elevation, he's 31 a game right now in the playoffs. Last year, he was 31.6 a game. So in his playoff, he elevates. Then, and also with the assists and rebounds, he's 6.3 assists and 8 rebounds right now in the playoffs with 2 steals. So this man in the playoffs right now, Chilltown, is averaging 31, 8, 6.3, 2 steals, and they swept KD and them boys.
Yep.
And he shot 43% from the 3, 51 from the field, Chilltown. Yep. And that's the elevation that he gives you in the playoffs. Booker's numbers look good because he played that last good game. But Booker got thoroughly.
No, he was averaging 14 a game before that game. 14 a game for the series.
Outplayed, though, Chilltown. He thoroughly got outplayed. And it's not like he didn't have help. You had KD and Bradley Beal on your team. So it's hard for teams to double team you. My whole point is that when we see what he has been able to do, Ant-Man, with that team, that wasn't a team that nobody had any type of true value in. Now we looking at them like they real championship contenders. So Chilltown, the debate is completely sealed if he loses him and wins a chip this year. Ant-Man wins a chip.
Now, if they win the NBA championship, I won't argue that. If the way he playing right now, going into next season, he has to be at the top of the list as the best team. I won't argue that.
Ant come and grab the NBA championship.
I will not argue that. No,
narrative switched up a whole lot. Chill.
Even if they get to the
conversations
finals,
are different.
Even if they were to get to the finals, I mean, I think that at that point we might be having a completely different conversation. But if we're doing that though, Ticket, we got to do the same thing with Book when they went to the finals. We can't say here's the difference. Ticket, Ticket.
But this is my point to you. Book didn't close the deal. 2, Book went down in the finals as they went, and 3, he didn't even get close to getting back. His team dropped as they got better personnel. So now the chance that the Timberwolves really win, this is their best chance to win a title right now. I heard Porzingis got hurt the other night. So Porzingis is hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. They talking about they got to get him an X-ray or something like that. Yeah. So he's hurt. He may miss games. This may go all bad. So again, to me, if Ant-Man clears, because I know he's not going to choke in the finals like Jason Tatum did, like Jaylen Brown did.
Well, we're gonna find out. I will say that we definitely gonna find that one out. But as far as Donovan Mitchell, before he got hurt, he was playing at the top of the league. He was playing at the top of the game. He was second in the league in steals. He was shooting the long ball at a career year. Now, I think that happens, and I really have no explanation for that. We got a Cleveland team that Orlando can't shoot the basketball in Cleveland. In Cleveland, they shoot the basketball from the field. They shooting the basketball at something like less than 40% and less than 20% on the long ball. They go home and they cracking it at 46%. At 46% on the long ball. They hadn't done that all season. So this is a tale of two cities. We go back home. They go back home. They go back home. They go back home. They go back home tonight. And I think you're gonna see a different.
But this ain't his only. You keep acting like this is his only situation. We saw him fail in Utah too.
We did see him fail in Utah. But I can say the same thing about Anthony Edwards. We saw him fail.
Hold on, Ron. I got him, Ron. So here's the thing. He got Rudy Gobert, the same guy Ant got. So if Ant is doing more with him with Rudy than he could do with Rudy. And remember, he got into it with Rudy and kind of blamed Rudy. And so now you put Ant with Rudy, and all you guys, especially you, Chilltown, criticized Cat and said he was a perennial playoff dropper. So if he takes those dudes that you clowned and does more than what Donovan Mitchell did with a loaded Utah Jazz team that was a high seed in the playoffs that got smoked and sent home early every year. And Donovan Mitchell copped out on that. Okay,
stop right there, Ticket. Stop right there. Number one, this Minnesota team is not that Utah team. This Minnesota team is definitely better than that Utah team they had.
Sure?
You got absolutely. You got better than
all the role players.
Chill. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't chill. Because think about it. Mike Conley was the point guard on those teams too.
They're the same guard.
Mike Conley.
Okay, Mike Conley.
Who's younger? Chilltown.
Okay. Now, there's a difference.
Player of the year younger.
And the defensive player of the year this year also. Keep going. Younger doesn't mean better. In fact, younger means greener. That's what younger means. No, I'm not a capping ass dude. Younger means greener. But keep going. Are you sure that they have better role players? Better than Jaden? Better than Jaden?
Chill, Bojan Bogdanovic.
Okay, so with that being said, you said Bojan. You said Joe Ingles, 6th man of the year. Nas Reed, 6th man of the year. Nas Reed is better than Joe Ingles. 100% he's better than Joe.
Is he better than Bogdanovic?
Chill. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. This is the same Joe Ingles.
Jordan Clarkson was on that team too. He was 6th man of the year too.
Oh yeah. So they had both of them coming off the bench. But this is the same Joe Ingles that had Paul George in shambles.
Right, he did. I won't argue that.
This isn't old man Joe Ingles where he out there looking slow and he was looking slow, but this is younger Joe Ingles where he still had something in the tank where he was giving you everything in the kitchen sink.
So with that
a little bit, shooting the lights out, getting to the rack.
Okay,
Joe Ingles was nice around.
And I'm not gonna argue that he wasn't better than Nas Reed. He is. I'm not taking him over Nas Reed.
Yeah, I'm
absolutely not taking him over Nas Reed. I'm not sleeping on him. He was slow. He doesn't defend like Nas Reed. He didn't rebound like Nas Reed. How much they fit together. That's number one. Number two, I'll give you Jordan Clarkson, but I ain't giving you Jordan Clarkson way over. I'm not giving you Jordan Clarkson way over Alexander Walker. I think those two are right there. Those two are not that far apart.
What about
Bogdanovic? I do not think that those guys are that far apart.
What about Bogdanovic?
Wasn't Bogdanovic a starter on that crew?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, do you think he was better?
I'm not taking Bogdanovic on this Minnesota team over Jaden McDaniels. No, I'm not doing that.
I didn't say that.
Absolutely. You talking about, here's what you're doing. You talking about players. I'm talking about this unit. This Minnesota unit is better than that Utah unit.
Ask Mars. The Utah Jazz unit was probably the best defensive, one of the top 2 or 3 in the league.
No, Martin, you know why? That was because of Rudy Gobert. That was because of Rudy Gobert. When Rudy Gobert was off the floor, that team was bottom 4 in the league defensively.
Hey, Mars, what year was this team? This Utah Jazz team that we're talking about?
21.
Hey, Ron,
21
that's
Jazz?
my point to Grilltown is that Donovan Mitchell had all those guys too, playing elite level at an elite level of basketball. He had all those same guys and was getting smoked early in the playoffs. If Ant-Man has these same dudes, it's sweeping dudes.
He didn't have what Anthony Edwards has on his crew.
Are you crazy? He had Rudy Gobert. He has Rudy Gobert. He has the point guard. Mike Conley Jr. He has those guys.
We can start and stop the conversation with Cat, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley. We can start and stop the conversation right there. Done. He didn't have any of that in Utah. None of that. But
he had Jordan Clarkson. He had
Bogdanovic is not Cat. Cat is arguably their best offensive player. That's number one. That's number one. And then on top of that, you're talking about arguably the best perimeter defender in the league in Jaden McDaniels. Plus the best defensive player in the game in Rudy Gobert, plus a heady point guard in Mike Conley, and Cat, Anthony Edwards, their rotation players in Alexander Walker. I'm not taking that 21 Utah team over this team. Hell no.
Chill. What I will say is, I do think you're right. I do think that this Wolves team is better than that Utah Jazz team. But what I will say about this is, what I will say is, this says a lot about Anthony Edwards, though.
Right,
you got a good team.
Ron,
you have a very right quick.
You did not say that last year, Ron.
They got better. They got better.
Chill wasn't saying what?
Same team. Hold on. Same team. And your candy ass was in here last year saying there's a joke. The same players were Mars.
Me?
I'm lying, Mars. Am I lying? The same goddamn players. This fool was saying it was a joke. He was laughing at Anthony Edwards. He said it was a bad move to put them together. He was over there talking down on.
I said that.
You said that.
No, I didn't. What I did say was that is not true, Ticket. What I said was I need to see this team with Cat and Rudy Gobert together because Cat got hurt. He missed 54 games. And when they got together and they were doing what they was doing, I said, this is what I envisioned with this unit.
You said Cat was a fraud. You're lying. You said Cat was a playoff dropper and a fraud, and you constantly You constantly bring up how he only averaged 5 points and 4 rebounds in the second half of the playoffs. You're a liar, sir.
Well, wait a minute. What is that? Wait a minute. What does that have to do with this team being better than Utah?
Because you said that you envisioned something. How could you envision that when you have been pushing this whole time that Cat is a playoff fraud and a dropper? Because
the guys that's on the crew make him better, which they did.
You're disgusting, brother. Go ahead.
Which they did. The current crew that he's playing on, they make him better.
You're disgusting, bro. Go ahead, Ron. Y'all gonna let him sit up here and lie, Ron. He sits up here every day and talked about Cat like a dog. Oh, Cat is a playoff dropper. I don't trust that dude. I'm off that dude, man.
Right.
Remember last year?
I did say that. I did say that. Yes, I did say that.
5 points and 4 rebounds.
Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did say that.
He's nothing.
Yes, I did say that. And what's going on with Cat right now? Which is what you going off of with Anthony Edwards. What's going on with Cat right now?
He balling, but I'm saying he playing better.
Ain't no butt ticket. He's balling because of the crew that he's on. That's what this is about.
I'm saying I guarantee you this, Ron. Donovan Mitchell don't make this team as good as it is with Ant-Man. Switch the two.
I think Ant-Man is playing at a higher level than Mitchell right now.
Even though Spidey's a good player, he don't hold the intangibles Ant-Man got. Leadership.
Fellas.
Leadership, Ron. Intangibles. Closing the games. Remember, he was always getting outplayed. He got outplayed by Murray in the bubble. Remember?
You mean the game? You mean when he put 56 on him
and lost?
Hold on, Jamal Murray be outplaying a lot of people in the clutch, so I'm not too mad at that. Yeah, I think Mitchell still showed up. But hold on. If you take Mitchell out of that Utah team, you take Ant out of this Minnesota team. Which team is better?
if we put Donovan Mitchell on
No,
this,
if you take Mitchell out of that Utah team, and then you take Ant away from this Minnesota team, which team is better?
so you take both of them off the field.
Yeah, you take both of them out, but which team is better?
It's the Jazz.
Oh,
I'm going with
The
the Jazz.
Jazz.
100%.
Yeah, I think the Jazz are better. If you take all the pieces, yeah, I just think
That proves my point.
the beauty of this Minnesota team is it's not necessarily the most talented team. They play well together. They have their established roles, and like I said, Anthony Edwards does seem to, he loves the moment. He's a big game player. He loves going up against these star players, and he comes up clutch. And it seems like he does that more often. Do I think Mitchell does that? Hold on, Mitchell does still hoop.
Chill gonna cry. If Donovan Mitchell loses series run, Chill gonna cry. All they gotta do is lose. And Chill, all they gotta do is lose one game in Cleveland, and they're gonna lose this series because they can't win in Orlando. Chilltown, if they lose the game tonight,
Game five.
If they lose this game, they're gonna lose this series, bro. And if they lose this series, bro, you're never gonna get past Donovan Mitchell. The only thing Donovan Mitchell has done special in his career was send 3 Hall of Famers home with the rest of them early in his career. That's all he's done.
Chill made a good point though last night too when he says, at what point does a player surpass another player? Right. So we've had Booker and Mitchell who have been the premier 2 guards of the league the past couple of years. How much time do we give Anthony Edwards to pass him? He can't just be one playoff series, right? It has to be like a year plus the playoff series, maybe another one, whatever it is. It's just like,
hey, Robert Keller, stop screaming about super chats if you ain't send one. Sit down and shut the hell up. How you screaming about super chats if you ain't send one? Send one, sucker. Go in your wallet and send one. The hell, people in here ain't send no donation, but sitting up here crying about, hey man, read the super chat. Send one, sucker, and we'll read it. The hell is wrong with you?
Speaking facts to that one.
Speaking of which, though, let me get to my man, Your Highness Charles. And Tickets Right, if you haven't sent through a super chat, send one. And shout out to everybody that has sent one. But Your Highness Charles with back-to-back $25 super chats. He said Donovan Mitchell in 2018, 24 points per game, 42% from the field. 2019, 21 points per game, 32% from the field. 22 equals 25. Or in 22, 25 points per game, 39 from the field. In 23, 23 points per game, 43% field goal shooting. This year, 2024, 21 points per game on 41% field goal shooting. He's never even made the conference finals. Regular season merchant. I'm with Ticket. Give me Ant-Man over him and Devin Hooker.
I take my bow. Shout out to Sir Charles. Sir Charles, I salute you. And I give you a cup of tea, sir. Salute to you.
The only thing to push back on that is I don't think Anthony Edwards has enough playoff, enough games in the playoffs to really kind of use that to his advantage yet. Now, if he does this, but if he plays great again in Denver, and he's hooping, then maybe we can have a conversation.
He played great against Denver last year. So what the hell is your problem?
I mean, that's fine. But again, that's what, 2 series now? So he's had 2 great series in the playoffs, and that's going to elevate him over someone who's had a.
He's played well in all of his series.
Right. And what has Devin Booker done? We've seen him.
Devin Booker's hooped in the playoffs. We've seen him
smoked at home against the Dallas Mavs.
But we've also seen him average crazy numbers in the playoffs, win games, get to the finals. Like, we've seen him still do more than Anthony Edwards. Man, right? Okay. I understand Anthony Edwards is hot right now. He's very likable at school. But I'm saying let's take a pause for a second. Let him play some more games. Let him
Jalen, we don't gotta take a pause. Everything we need to see from Ant is coming up right now.
And then he's going to average. He averaged 21.
Jamal Murray, MPJ, the defending champions, everything we need to see. He's going to tell us everything we need to know about him currently.
So if he shoots 30% this series and averages like 21 points,
right. And then all of a sudden it's going to turn into something different. We get so wrapped up in what's going on right now, right? And the fact that this series was tailor-made for the Minnesota defense. And the fact that they wiped the floor with that Phoenix team, because that's a one-on-one base team. That's perfect for what Minnesota does. Now, when we see Minnesota play against Denver, who's more team-oriented, it's a lot more ball movement, a lot more action. It's a great test for their defense, who I think that they can beat. But Denver also plays defense too. Denver plays damn good defense, so they could slow Anthony Edwards down. I think Cat's going to be the difference in the series. I already said that.
Excuse me. They couldn't stop Ant.
I'm on record saying I think Cat's gonna be the difference.
And you talking about I said Ant, and you talking about they putting KCP on Ant. Man, get the hell out of here. And what world they gonna put KCP on Ant? They put KCP on Ant. Ant's averaging 40. They can't put. They can't put.
He's beat up. That doesn't help because he is beat up. We're not gonna act like KCP can't guard. Ticket. He is beat up though.
Hold on, Chilltown. If they put Aaron Gordon on Cat, who's going on Ant? Who's gonna guard Cat?
Aaron Gordon.
I didn't know. I said if they put Aaron Gordon on
Right.
Anthony,
Uh-huh.
if they put him on Anthony Edwards, Aaron Gordon, who's going to guard Cat?
But they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. No.
I agree with Charles
They're not.
Barkley last night. They have to do that. You can't put no little ass KCP on Ant-Man. Ant-Man's going to go for 40 if they do that, bro.
We'll see.
Okay.
Your Highness Charles said, nah, stop it, Chilltown. What does Mitchell have now? Jared Allen, an all-star. Mobley, elite defender. Garland, all-star. And this dude got walked down by Brunson. This year, he's averaging 21 on 41% from the field against the young Magic.
Fact. Absolutely. And they can't shoot the basketball they couldn't shoot the basketball on the road. When they go back home, it's going to be something different. And the fact that you brought up, and the fact that you brought up Jared Allen, who I thought should have been an all-star, they still finished. I think they finished right a game out the third seed, which I thought they were going to do. But they're in the series. It's not like the series is over. It's not like this series is done. And he's still the best player on their team. Not only is he the best player on their team, they're powered by him. He's the best.
You're scum, man. You praise it and chill. If he loses this series, you're never gonna live this down with me. If he loses this series,
if it was a split, we'd be all up. How about that?
Hey.
So you don't think Denver can win a game in Cleveland?
I don't think so. I don't. The way the series has been going, I don't think so. I think that this is going to be a battle of the home teams winning because it's obvious Orlando can't shoot the basketball in Cleveland. Cleveland can't shoot the basketball in Orlando. So all you got to do is win all your home games. You win the series. Let's get up out of here.
All right.
MP13 said the NBA needs to get rid of free throw grifters.
I'm so sick of this.
There's no way Jokic and AD are fouling each other all game, and they are letting them play. But Reeves gets grift calls with minimum contact.
That's why Murray's so great. He didn't just beat LeBron and the Lakers; he beat the refs too. Mars.
Stop it. The Lakers attacked the basket.
Yeah. How many? What was the free throws last night, Mars? 27.
27 to 9, I think.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Because the Lakers attacked. The Lakers attacked Denver on the inside. That was the game plan. So they're going to get more calls.
You said it yourself, Ticket. James went to the rim as much as he did. You said it yourself. James went to the rim as much as he did. Denver didn't.
Y'all shot 500.
And on top of that, how Anthony Davis was basically attacking Joker's chest, going right after him.
Was that a foul on the replay when AD was with Jokic at the end? Did AD foul Jokic?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Ron.
Shout out to playerschoicemerch.com. If you haven't got a chance to scan this QR code in the bottom right of the screen, go ahead and do that. Check out some of the nice, good things that we have over here. We got new merch dropping soon, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Also, today, after the show, it will be Open Gym. Y'all be sure to tune in, pull up the Open Gym, and have a good time today. Y'all know what time it is. Also on playback, Mars will be on playback tonight. And what game you gonna be watching, Mars?
The Philadelphia 76ers versus the New York Knicks.
So you gonna watch Philly get sent home?
You doing that game tonight, Mars?
I am doing that game.
Jalen Brunson 40 piece.
Okay.
Philly and 7, man.
Hey,
Philly
I
and
have
7.
one quick thing to say. I think, and I have a problem with Stephen A. Snitch. For you to go snitch to the league to try to get Russ suspended, bro, that's disgusting, man.
Huh?
Know your role and shut your mouth, man. The hell is you going to the NBA?
I think he wanted.
He called the league office to try to get Russ suspended for the playoffs. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. And then he admitted he did it on national TV. He said, "Yeah, I went to the league office because I need to know why Russell Westbrook getting suspended." I'm like, are you crazy, bro? This is the playoffs, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's crazy.
Wait a minute. What would he be suspended for? I'm missing something. What's going on here?
For game 3, everything he was doing.
Oh, so everything he was doing.
Yeah, pushing people, fouling Luka after the play, all of those things. He just, yeah.
Russ was out of control, but let's chill out. All right.
And Ron forgot
he didn't
from the logo.
Embiid tonight. He didn't call him about Embiid. Boys let down.
No, he did not. He did not do that. Yeah. No, he didn't.
What's tonight, Jalen?
From the logo, 6 p.m. I might or might not be there, but we'll see. Me, Gifted, ZZ, Dub in the building. You know, Mars' former best friend. You know what I mean?
Y'all got beef.
Hey,
beef?
Ty,
No.
Mars,
I don't
Mars,
beef anyone. I
if
don't
you
beef
need me,
anyone.
I got heavy artillery. If you need me,
Mars,
I believe
question,
you.
question, Mars. Is it L-Dub?
Of course.
they got beef, man. Mars and them
they
got
broke
beef.
up, man. They broke up.
Mars, if you and Dub got beef, you know what I'm saying, bro? Listen, bro. I mean, y'all can get in the ring like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Who you got your money on, Ticket?
Mars
Mars
ain't
or Dub?
fighting
I
nobody.
don't know, man. Mars seemed like a dude that hit Dub in the nuts, so I don't know.
Little sneak shot in there.
Mars, you gonna Rolo Dub? That's crazy.
They screwed the rules.
But I don't know. I get Tyson vibes from Dub. Dub might, Mars, you
Hey,
better keep your ears away from
Dub
him.
will
You
try
better
to
keep your
wrestle
ears away
Mars.
from him.
Yeah, Double trying to wrestle for sure. But I can
Trying to
never see
wrestle
Mars
Mars.
getting a couple in there for sure.
He'll try to make Mars submit.
Jalen, right quick, Jalen. Start bench cut. Just a quick start bench cut. Open gym, the new iteration of open gym.
Yep.
Still with chill. Or from the logo.
Oh man, you're doing me like this.
A real start bench cut.
This is crazy.
Real start
If you go ahead and lie,
nah, Jalen,
Yeah,
that's the truth, man.
I'm gonna just go with.
Anybody that talk like Gifted got to get cut. Gifted sound like he out here.
Look. From the logo, we still new. We coming up. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show love to the established shows. We're gonna start Open Gym because that's when I first came on. Shout out Open Gym. You know what I mean? Put me on. Shout out Chill with Chill doing this thing. Look, Chill got that following, man. Go check out his TikTok. It stay booming. From the logo, gonna get cut for now. But we coming for that number one spot.
You gotta make some roster changes because you're
Oh,
not getting
that's
it.
crazy.
You're not getting there with Gifted. Gifted sound like he's in an encyclopedia.
Hey,
the whole show.
you guys are more than welcome to tap
Hey,
in.
chill town. Gifted be up there like this. And I saw the play where Steph Curry.
No, he ain't doing that, Ticket. He's not doing that.
Ticket, you can say that to him in person. You can say that to him on camera. Pull up. Mars, you can say hi to Dub on camera. Pull up.
Hey, listen.
6 p.m.
Don't try finesse me to get some
I'm
views.
just saying. Pull up, man. Y'all got to say something to them. Pull up.
Gifted easy work, man. Come on, bro.
Hey, Ticket, pull up then.
Rob been trying to put Gifted on me for the longest. Like, yeah, man, you debate with Gifted. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Ungifted against me, man. Ron, do you?
Ticket, Gifted knows hoops though. Gifted knows hoops.
Domestic violence. Put that match up again.
Gifted knows hoops. You can do the 1v1. We can have the Mars versus Dub 1v1. Set it up.
Nah, Mars ducking Dub.
Mars ducking Dub.
Sure.
Hey, you need to put Mars and Dub in a debate in one of the big debate set for. I want to see that.
With it.
Mars.
I'm not participating.
Yes or no, Mars?
Oh, damn.
Yes or no, Mars?
Yes.
Garbage. Get up.
Shout out Dub, man. Shout out my guy Dub.
Hey, that's my man.
Yeah,
Dub is my dude. I love me some Dub. That's my man, yo.
Ben One Sports said, I'm wrong for thinking this. Would have been the Western Conference Finals rematch if Wemby didn't beat the Nuggets. Is he wrong for thinking this? We would beat every team on the other side of the bracket. Ticket's right. Jamal Murray took over when it matters most every game.
That's not guaranteed though that the Lakers would have got back. I mean, Minnesota's or Denver. Minnesota is a juggernaut, bro.
Yeah, they are.
They're not an easy bro.
On the other side though, Minnesota's not on the other side.
Now remember too, Ticket. If the Lakers would have lost, they see Oklahoma City, and I think that they would have. I think they would have beat them, and then they would have had to see the Clippers Dallas winner.
That would have been easy for them because Kawhi is hurt again.
So I think that would have been a better matchup for them than having to see Denver in the first round.
Right. Yeah, I agree. No. Well, I just don't think that it would have been that matchup. He's talking about the Western Conference Finals because of Minnesota. I think Minnesota wrecks that matchup somewhere in between.
Mars, I think that OKC matchup, I think what you're looking at is the confidence that they built. I feel like with the Lakers, how the vets that they are in that first game, they look like a deer in headlights. And the Lakers beat them in that first game. And I think that shakes their confidence. And I think that we got a completely different series from Oklahoma City now with these kids now not really being sure who they are, as opposed to when they beat New Orleans. Not only did they beat New Orleans, now they get all their confidence back and they calm down, and now they're together, as opposed to the Lakers completely shaking them. We had SGA turning the basketball over in the clutch. We had Lou Dort not being able to make shots. We had Jalen Williams also not being able to do much. So if they're playing against the Lakers doing that same thing, I don't think that they win that game. And I think that as a young crew, I think that shakes their confidence. And I think that the Lakers ultimately win that series.
The biggest difference is Chet just gonna get bullied. So OKC.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Chet just gonna get bullied. So
Fellas,
there's that.
We got a bunch of new members, so let me go ahead and shout them out right quick. Lamont Johnson became a member today. K-Way 17. Anything is possible. Shout out my dog, Anything. Sean became a member. Who else we got? Duce Rhodes became a member today as well. Andre Bowie became a member. Phil Sutter became a member. Juriality became a member. And Kenya Winston also became a member, man. Shout out to all of our members. Shout out everybody that's tapped in. If you're not a member yet, what you waiting for? Become a member, subscribe, like the video. Oh, and by the way, what's good, Early? How you feel?
It gets greater later. What's happening? Ticket. Chilltown, Ron.
What's good, Early?
Jalen, Mars. Are we cool, Mars? Me and Mars got a little beef, man. I said some things, man.
Mars beefing everybody. Dub, Early. Mars
I love you, Mars.
Mars want all the smoke.
No, I don't. But
He don't want no smoke, man. He's a good guy. How we feeling, fellas? How we feeling?
What's up, man? We good.
I know you high on Anthony Edwards and Timberwolves. Early was the Timberwolves whisperer. The Anthony Edwards, he was kind of on Anthony Edwards early. Gonna have to give him his credit on that one.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm looking for low too. Low down. Where you at, low down? Hey, low bet me. Mars bet too, but he capped out of it apparently. So I bet some money with low this earlier and said if the Timberwolves play Denver, that the Timberwolves will win the series. I ain't seen low since. Hey, low, I'm gonna need my money when the series is over with. Jalen owes me money. Mars owed me money, but he said he ain't a part of it. So you know what? I give him that. You did bet, but you didn't bet, I guess. So I'm gonna let it go.
Mars, so easy money. I think Denver's winning.
What do you got? The Wolves winning in how many games?
6, maybe 5. I'm gonna be real with you. My biggest concern is that at the end of the day, I'm looking at, and it's simple. KCP banged up, Jamal Murray banged up. You put one of them on Ant-Man, it's a wrap. It's over with. And I think if you put McDaniels on Porter, he'll be Otto Porter by the time this series is over with. You put Daniels on Porter, that's finito. We ain't talking about nothing. That's strapped completely. You ain't getting to the cup. You ain't shooting that open three because you the same height as me. That's finito. So the biggest difference right now is Cat. Can Cat perform? And I think Cat can perform. I think Cat can really take Aaron Gordon down low too if he want to.
I think they put him on Murray though. I think they put McDaniel on Murray to give him more length to look at, more size and athleticism, because that will have a better effect against Jamal Murray. I don't think they're going to pay that much attention as you think to Michael Porter Jr. unless he really.
So, Tigger, what you do? What do you do with Conley at 6'1", 6'2"? I don't want Conley on nobody but KCP.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, yeah.
Why are we talking about Mike Conley like Mike Conley can't defend?
Yeah, that's not something.
Chill, come on, dog.
That's not something Mike Conley's really stressing about as far as that matchup with KCP, because he doesn't have to worry about KCP breaking him down and stuff. All he has to worry about is chasing off screens. But I think the one thing you said about the matchup, I think they put McDaniels, and I don't know if Mars and Chill and all these guys agree with me. I think they put McDaniels on Jamal Murray a majority part of this series to give him a bigger, more athletic look, to make it harder for him to get shots off in the score of basketball, and then look for Murray to come off a series of screens if that happens. If they put McDaniels on him, he's going to be coming off 100 screens trying to shake that guy, man. So,
I think, listen, I'm so high on Ant. I think if Ant, we talking about fourth quarter, them last 5 minutes, I think Ant locks up Murray. I think them last 5 minutes, what he did versus Reeves, what he was doing versus D'Angelo Russell, I think Ant this series, he says the last 5 minutes, I know what the boy does. Let me have him. And I think Ant stops Jamal Murray them last 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes in the series at the end of every game.
I think Jamal Murray might be harder to stop than Ant. Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter, I don't even think McDaniel's going to stop him. The way he's hit these contested shots, it just don't even matter.
You sound nasty.
Perfect defense.
6'11" versus 6'4" Austin Reeves. Them same shots. McDaniels is either blocking them or getting his hand up where he ain't making that shot.
The game winners were against Anthony Davis.
The one game was against Ant-Man, and the other one was against Austin Reeves, who's 6'5". They're around the same size.
Okay, and Austin Reeves played phenomenal defense.
Like, he was all over him. That part I won't argue. But here's the difference. The difference is that when MPJ is cracking the long ball like he is, right? When he's cracking the long ball in transition and in that half-court offense, that gives them a completely different dynamic than what they have if he's not making shots. Because now Jamal Murray got to shoot more. That means Joker got to do more. That means all those other guys got to do more. The Lakers didn't solve that problem. Now with the Minnesota Timberwolves not just slowing down MPJ, not just slowing down him shooting the basketball, limiting his touches. MPJ is one of those guys who's a rhythm guy. If he's not touching the basketball, now he's out of rhythm. And that throws their rhythm off because Joker is looking for him. Jamal Murray is looking for him. When that's not going on, now you got a completely different. I feel like them solving that problem and Cat dragging, not just Joker, but dragging Aaron Gordon away from the basket, that's going to be something different. Because now you got, I said this to you already, Jalen, because you have something different with Minnesota. Phoenix and Dallas showed you the blueprint on how to beat them. Jump Joker on the glass. Jump Joker on the glass, and you have a shot at beating them. If the game is close at the end, when you got that pick and roll action, both between Joker and Jamal Murray, more times than not, it's going to work. But if you jump Joker on the glass and you limit them to one shot, and you jump Joker on the glass on the offensive end, and you get more second chance points, you got a way better shot as opposed to the game being close.
I think with this series divides, Chilltown, once Joker or Murray sits on the bench, I think every time one of them sits, I think the Wolves going to run. I think them give it Bruce Brown. We just do not give Bruce Brown enough credit. He was so dynamic. He was a dirty work guy, getting rebounds, getting pass. He getting assists. He playing the passing lanes. He was breaking down D-Lo. You don't have that. If I got to worry about Peyton Watson and Christian Brown, who clearly didn't take enough of a step to replace Bruce Brown, not supposed to be got to replace Bruce Brown. I think that Wolves bench kills them. I think Walker kills them. I think Nas Reed kills them. I think once the Wolves, same thing with the Suns. It might be a close game, but once one of them sit down, and Jokic ain't playing 48 minutes, Jamal ain't playing 48 minutes, and the Denver better pray to God that Murray and KCP get better healed by the time this next series come. Because if not, if they on one leg or they on 75, 65%, it's a wrap.
And the question is how deep does Mike Malone dig in that bench? Because this Minnesota team is a lot deeper, and they get a lot more production from their bench. So I don't think Mike Malone can.
You better not play Jordan. That's all Rudy needs is a guy who can't shoot.
I think he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to play Jordan in this series. I do. Off the strength of them rebounding, he's going to have to play Jordan. Jordan's going to have to play some. And how deep does Mike Malone dig in that bench? Because, Mars, I'm trying to see what you're looking at when you talk about Reggie Jackson. I mean, I watched him last night. I mean, Reggie Jackson made shots. Reggie Jackson can make shots. So with Reggie Jackson making shots, he helps. Christian Brown, him getting out in transition, him making shots, I think he helps. We've already established what's the kid's name that I didn't think he'd be on the playoff roster. I don't even think is he even on the playoff roster. I don't even think he's on the playoff roster. I think that Holiday took his minutes. So you got Holiday, Jackson, Brown. Who else after that?
Peyton.
That's Watson ain't legit.
And Peyton Watson. Who I really
trust Watson at all.
I actually like Peyton Watson. I do. I like Peyton Watson.
He's an energy guy, chill, but he can't hit the open three, chill. He makes a lot of bonehead mistakes. He's not aware on the court. This moment is too big for him.
So as of right now, with Watson and Brown, maybe Jackson, they got 8 legit guys.
And chill. Last night,
legit because Jackson not hitting, he ain't worth a damn. He don't.
Last night they only played Braun 6 minutes. They played Watson 5 minutes, and Justin Holiday played 4 minutes. Reggie Jackson played 18. So even with that being said, he really only went 6 deep. The other 3 guys played a combined 10 minutes.
And with the way Minnesota plays defense, to your point, with playing 6 guys, they're gonna beat these guys up. They're not gonna hold up for the rest of the series. I think Minnesota beats these guys up. And if Denver is gonna win this series, they got to do it quick because the longer this thing lasts, the more I like Minnesota.
You think they're gonna have Rudy Gobert 1v1 in Jokic?
No.
Yes, you got to.
No, I don't.
Let him cook.
I don't.
If
I
he
don't
beat
know.
it, he beat it. No, you got to.
Hold
chill.
on, give Rudy the ball.
And
That's what
if
you're
you
saying?
don't,
No.
Cat
No,
will
God,
come out.
Jokic. God, Jokic.
Okay.
Defensively.
Cat will come out. Cat will come and help out. And I just Aaron Gordon shoot the three. Just beat us with the three, Aaron Gordon. Because if you play, as long as you don't let Aaron Gordon cut, as long as you don't let him cut, because he will destroy you in the cut.
Cat's gonna get lost guarding Aaron Gordon on those cuts. We talk about Cats, but Cat's definitely gonna get lost in those.
So
cuts.
if you're gonna guard Rudy, I mean I'm not Rudy. I'm sorry. If you're gonna guard Joker and if you're gonna double him, who is the double team man? Because you got Aaron Gordon, you got KCP, you got MPJ. We not doubling off of MPJ. The Lakers did that. That's goofy. We're not gonna do that because they're gonna get killed. So who is the double team man? Who are we coming off of? And do we have to wait until they go to their rotations? Because KCP is proven he can knock down open shots. We can't double off Jamal Murray because we already know he can make open shots. So we got to wait until, to Mars's point, the only reason why Joker's on the floor with the rotation guys is to increase his plus minus. So we got to wait until those guys are off the floor until we can now bring somebody like Watson in. We can double off of him. We can double off of Holiday. Otherwise, we can't double off these other guys. We can't double off MPJ. The Lakers didn't solve that problem. Minnesota's seen that, and they're not going to do that neither. So
what happens, Chill, if KCP's injury? Because that, a lot of times injuries like that, you're playing off adrenaline. Once it sits and it gets to swelling, and think about what's so good is that Minnesota already got rid of the Suns, so ain't no we get a rest. Minnesota still playing the Suns. Hopefully they go to 7. Oh, Minnesota been rested. We ready right now. We playing this week.
Sure.
And,
with that
I think the ability for when we forget too, LeBron 5-6 years ago could have put more pressure on them nonstop, but he just didn't have that gas in him at 39 years old.
Right.
Ant's ability to continue to put pressure on Jokic. Listen, and then you got Rudy catching the lob if you coming down. Ant mid-range has improved tremendously. Listen, I think this is Ant's series to take. And if they win this series, like I know they will, and you will pay my money, Jalen, and you low, I can promise you the Minnesota goes to the finals.
Hold on, you and Jalen just made a bet?
Me and Jalen made a bet weeks ago.
For 500.
Well, first of all,
I want in on this. Hold on.
Hey, which side you want? You have Minnesota?
Who you like?
I'm not gonna lie, this series is too tough to bet on.
Tay Luke,
I really don't. Nah, because chill. I was gonna say Denver, but at the same time, like I think Minnesota might really. I don't know. It's tough.
I think Minnesota looked real good against Phoenix. Denver's just not Phoenix.
So to your point early, when you talked about Minnesota's been resting, ain't like the conference final starts tomorrow. I mean, we got some time. So KCP
Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it starts Saturday. So KCP got some time for that ankle to heal up, and it wasn't detrimental where he couldn't run. Yeah, it wasn't detrimental where he couldn't run. So I think this series, Minnesota is gonna this series is gonna get one on the backboard.
But it's the hardest series they'll have to face. Chill. If they win this series, they go to the finals.
Oh, I won't argue that. I think this is the Western Conference Championship. I think this is the Western Conference Championship right here. I do. I think the winner of this wins the NBA. I think
they clean the Clippers or the Mavs up. And we need to talk about trading Kawhi Leonard, but anybody want to have that conversation. We got to get rid of Kawhi Leonard. You can't go into another season.
Is it over early? You out?
But chill, if you go into another season with Kawhi, and this happens again. Now, mind you, last year he played 40 or 50 games. He didn't even play the whole, he didn't have to play 65 games. He still was hurt in the first playoff run. This year, you play the 65, you hurt. So it's even damn if you do, damn if you don't. And in my eyes, if you go another year of Kawhi playing 50 to 60 games and he's hurt again come playoffs, you're going to get rid of him for nothing. Everything going to be like, we don't want him.
We just extended him early. We just extended him to 183 years at 180 years.
I don't think you can trade him. I don't know what his value would be in the trade market with that contract.
You can't trade him in the offseason?
I just don't know what are you going to get for him with the injury history, like you mentioned, right? The injury history.
I think it's a couple teams. I think with Kawhi off a name alone can get. Listen, I made a list. Let me show you. Let me go to my list.
We got to remember the contract has to match up. The money has to make sense.
Trades that make sense for me for Kawhi right now. I give up Tobias Harris and some picks if I'm Philly, right? If I'm Houston,
are they accepting them for Tobias and some picks?
Hold on, Ron. Houston, you said Houston. I'm listening.
If I'm Houston, Cam Whitmore and Tari Eason or Cam Whitmore and Dylan Brooks, no picks. We'll take them two. Dylan Brooks and Cam Whitmore for Kawhi right now.
We gotta get some money.
If I'm Houston, if I'm Grizzlies, I take GG Jackson.
Early, we gotta get some more money though.
Yeah,
and enough money in Houston. We got to get some more money, so that's not going to work.
But Houston should have plenty of money left though. Ain't nobody who getting paid in Houston.
Sengun.
Yeah, Sengun's getting paid, and ain't no way they handed over Sengun for Kawhi Leonard. So you can kill that logic right now. Let's dead.
No, we don't want Sengun. We want Cam Whitmore. GG Jackson for Grizzlies. I like GG and some picks. Hopefully throw another contract. Maybe throw Clark in there.
That's like nothing that. Though. GG and picks. I mean, that's literally like nothing.
I said maybe throw Clark in there, get some money on the books. But I'm telling you right now, GG gonna be one of them.
I don't know if Clark's moving me either.
If I'm the Nets, I take Mikal and some picks. If I'm the Hornets, I do a sign and trade. I take Miles Bridges and some picks. Listen, Troy Murphy and Herb Jones. I take both of them and some picks for Kawhi right now.
I mean, I think I take
Keegan Murray from the Kings and Harrison Barnes and some picks for Kawhi right now. And then Jonathan Isaac, Gary Harris, and some picks. And then I possibly give up Terrence Mann or something like that. And then the one that I really like, I give up J-Dub straight up. Straight up, you can have Kawhi right now.
Hell no! Hell no!
Straight up, you can have
Hell no! What? No way!
You don't trade a 20, a 20,
hell no!
23-year-old, 22-year-old.
Get him out the way. He's in. Hey, look, he's in Kawhi's way anyway.
Hell no! That would be the dumbest trade. That would be one of the dumbest trades ever to give up. J-Dub? What do you
Shane needs some more experience out there. Shane needs more experience.
They get that experience this season. J-Dub get that experience. Yeah, you keep J-Dub for the long run. You build around J-Dub.
If you the Oklahoma City Thunder general manager, and you do that, you are fired.
Yeah, there's very few players you trade.
But I just guys, all jokes aside, if I'm the owner and I'm the organization of the Clippers, I'm not bringing Kawhi Leonard into this new stadium. I just cannot. I don't want you.
Yeah, and I could.
I don't want you here, bro. I don't want you here. You did all this hoopla. We've been trying with you for the last 4 or 5 years. You cannot continue to break down when the playoffs start, dog. You cannot continue to break down. If he does it 3 years in a row, Chill, what are we talking about?
Actually, 4. 21. He tore up his knee.
I'm talking first round. He first round. Last year, first round.
What difference do it make? First round, conference finals, he still broke down. Like,
I mean, at least
early, if we get in the car, what difference do it make if the car broke down before we go 5 minutes into the trip or half an hour into the trip?
I mean, if we break down a mile away, Chill, we maybe can walk the rest of the way.
Well, that's the problem. He ain't breaking down a mile away. We're still 150 miles away from where we're trying to go when he breaking down.
I can't do it. I think teams are looking at Kawhi and if they try to get rid of him now. I think when they re-signed him, it was stupid. That was the stupidest thing.
He breaks it. He tears up his ACL in 21. He misses the whole 22 season. He misses the playoffs last year, and here we are again. He's missing games for knee inflammation, which is not going to go away with ice or any surgery or any
age
pill.
As you get older.
It's not. It's not going to happen.
At this point, you keeping Kawhi off the name alone because he damn sure ain't giving you what you need in the playoffs. I don't care what. And then you show when you can play 65 games. But even playing 65 games, it wore you down so bad that when the playoffs start, we can't have you. What's the point? They play better without him right now. And he's a guy where it's like you're getting older. If somebody think they're Kawhi Leonard away, like I said, like a Philly team, if you think you're Kawhi Leonard away, take him. Please take him. But if this happens one more year, I promise you, they won't be able to get rid of him for, as you say, a box of extra crispy. They won't be able to get rid of him.
All right, fellas. I do got a lot of super chats. So we're gonna go ahead and spend the next.
Vegas, we're gonna make $50 million a season.
We're gonna spend the next little duration of time just getting through these super chats and showing love to the people that sent them through.
Let's do it. Palmer's got too much money.
Jerry Ality sent through a super chat. He also became a member today. Get like Jerry Ality, become a member and send through super chats. He said the Jazz with no perimeter defense without D Mitch is getting dog walked against defensive Timberwolves, against a defensive team like the Timberwolves that still has Cat and McDaniels, who are far better than Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson.
You got even.
That was the problem with that Utah team, though, was their perimeter defense. Rudy Gobert was hiding a lot of it. You know, when he was there, he was
that's disgusting. Y'all even fighting that argument. It was
almost all of it, Jalen. Not some of it. Almost all of it.
If we swap Ant and D Mitchell teams, and we put D Mitchell,
no, we're not swapping. No, we're not swapping them early. We're taking both of them off.
No, but I'm saying, even if we swapped them, I think, man, it's 3-1-4-0 in Cleveland right now. They chilling at home right now, and Ant plays for that team. Because Ant's defense. His perimeter defense, I think he'll be a future first or second team all defensive guy. His perimeter defense, his ability to lock down his guy. I watched him give LeBron problems. I watched him give John Morant problems. I watched him give Bradley Beal problems the whole series. His ability to lock down on defense too, and not only give you 30 to 40. It's no way he ain't a better player than D. Mitchell right now. D. Mitchell has been a bucket for a long time.
Anthony Edwards is playing better right now, without a doubt. Like right now, Anthony Edwards is playing at a level that Mitchell isn't. But again, we just seen so much of Mitchell. I just don't know if it's time yet to put Anthony Edwards ahead.
He's a scorer, Jalen. He's a scorer. He's a heater. He's a Mark McGuire type of guy. He's a heater. He'll give you buckets.
Yeah, he's a bucket. Yeah. Anthony Edwards two-way. Look, again, that defense, I got respected too more. I think I undersold.
And giving you rebounds, assists, and then
Donovan Mitchell had a career year this year.
Hold on, wait. The playmaking for Ant is a little.
Jalen. We're watching him though. We're watching him learn. We watched the Suns triple and double team him, and we watched him make him pay for that. Like he's literally learning in his third year. Like
I've seen turnovers, I've still seen bad passes. I still think Anthony Edwards' biggest attribute is still scoring. The playmaking needs to get better, but I think the playmaking with him and Mitchell is right. They're fairly even.
But we talk about
I definitely think
how many years D. Mitchell been playing though, Jay?
Okay, I'm not mad at that. Donovan Mitchell's a better playmaker. I'm not mad at that.
How many seasons, Chill?
He's been in the league 6 years. He showed up in 18.
So we talking about 6 to 7 years, and my third year, I'm basically toe and toe with you. Like, what is Ant going to be?
This is your third year. This is your fourth year, actually. This is your fourth year.
I forgot who said it, but what is Ant going? Oh, Austin Rivers said it. This ain't even Ant's prime. What's Ant going to look like when he's 27, 26, 28? That's 27 to 30
That's not the
right
argument though, early. We talking about right now. We talking about right now.
Right now. Today.
Right, even right now, Ant has shown he is a playoff riser in a way that
yes, he has.
Listen, we love Donovan Mitchell, but y'all make fun of LeBron in the bubble championship. Other than the bubble, have we seen Donovan give you 50 in a game? Did we watched the Knicks with nobody last year?
Whoa. Didn't he put 40 on Dallas? Didn't he put 40 on them?
I did.
So
I just want to say, why is Mitchell only guarding the conversation? Devin Booker is still in this conversation. I think Devin Booker is still better.
Come on,
than
man. Devin Booker. We watched him play Devin Booker.
Devin Booker is a better. To me, Devin Booker is a better scorer than
who was Devin Booker before Chris Paul came, Jalen?
He was a 26 a game guy. He was a bucket. He was a bucket.
Who was he? Come on,
but he was a. First of all, okay. So this is what we're not doing with Devin Booker. Let's not make it sound like that Phoenix crew wasn't awful, and they were building that unit around him. They end up getting DeAndre. They end up getting DeAndre Ayton, and they just missed the playoffs. They literally just missed the playoffs. And then they get DeAndre Ayton, who missed like 25 games, I think. The first, I think he missed like 25 games. So now they on their way to making a play. And then they get Chris Paul, and they're in the NBA championship. So it's not like they weren't on their way to doing something special. And by the way, Devin Booker, I think he was like 25, 26 a game for like 4 or 5 years. So he was a bucket getter on a terrible Phoenix team. They weren't doing anything to build that thing around him. Nothing.
And let's say, and a great GM. And is at a great GM coaching staff.
So they end up getting Mikal Bridges. They end up getting Mikal Bridges. They get Devin Booker. Then they get DeAndre Ayton. And now they're starting to build this thing, and it's getting better. So it's not like it's
Devin Booker, right? I think Devin Booker, elite scorer. Okay, his playoff rise last year was one of the greatest playoff rises I've seen in a very long time. Right. But a lot of that had to do with the fact that he picked up Kevin Durant. I think Booker is another one of them guys who will give you great points. He gonna put up buckets, but I think him and Donovan Mitchell are in the same league as if they not get like Booker. Offensively is amazing, but defensively he ain't giving you much. I've already seen the third year Ant raise his game defensively and the mentality and intangibles to want to go get it. Now, Devin Booker can be a killer at times, but I also see Devin Booker complain a lot when he ain't getting his way. I've seen Devin Booker kind of drop his arms on defense when he ain't getting the calls on offense. So I look at Devin Booker like he's going to be a guy that we'll look at and he'll put up a lot of numbers, but Ant is going to be transcending. Like you already see it right now. And even if you want to say Ant ain't better than him today, this year, going to next year, Ant's a better player.
We'll see.
If Ant gets to the finals, say he doesn't win, say he lose to Boston or one of them boys. Well, how are we looking at Ant if Ant gets to the finals?
How he plays.
He's arguably the best. He's coming off the Olympics this summer. He's arguably the best 2 guard in the game coming into next season. That's what's going to be the logic on him.
He's arguably the top 2 best players on that team this summer. Between him and Jason.
We taking this very far.
Yeah,
we take
that's
this
what I'm
very
saying.
far.
Yeah, I'm high.
He still has to play the defending champions.
Yeah.
This is gonna say a lot about
That's why we're
him.
not jumping off the building. That's why we're not jumping off the roof. I already said I think in the next 2 years tops.
No, we
He's
are
undisputed
jumping
the
off the
best
roof,
player
chill,
in the
because
I'm not.
I already know the fire's coming. I'm just getting off before y'all do. Y'all gotta wait for the smoke to come. I ain't gotta wait for the smoke. I know it's a fire down there, so I am jumping off the building early because we'll come back here when they're up 3-1, 3-2, and they win this series, and we'll talk about how great Anthony Edwards was again. I'm getting to the point. I'm jumping the gun. I think what he has shown me, everything we talked about, chill. I watched you want to be the first people to talk about how Ant looks like he's going to turn the corner, and he did it. Chill, you've been around long enough to all of us to watch Kobe turn the corner, to watch Jordan turn the corner. Like, you see it, Chill. You know you see it. You know you see it. Like, you know
I said he's going to be the league MVP in the next 3 to 5 years tops. He's going to be the league MVP.
In the league with Wemby, it's going to be him and Wemby. In the league with him and Wemby, it's going to be him and Wemby. It's going to be
hold on. Time out.
No.
Luka exists. Jokic is still there. Giannis. These boys are all.
Luka plays losing basketball.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Anthony Edwards not at the level of Luka Doncic. But I just want to say, the thing with Anthony Edwards now is, look, he had a great series doing his thing. But people are also captivated by his personality, the trash talk, his swagger. You know what I mean? The way he plays, it's exciting. He's a likable guy. I get that. Right, 100%.
He's one of us.
I get that 100%. I 100% get that. I just want to say again, let's see how he performs in this series. I want to see him perform in this series.
Hey, chill. At the barbecue with a hot dog and a piece of ribs. Hey, pass the salad, man. Give me a Coke. All right, I'm gonna get you a Coke.
And Luka at the barbecue. Hey, but
nephew, your little brother, is one of us.
Hey, but Luka at the barbecue, like, I'm him. Luka at the barbecue, letting everybody know I'm him.
No, Luka at the
barbecue, like, who let the white boy?
Luka the guy at the barbecue. Look at he brought those ribs. He brought those amazing.
Luka at the barbecue, like, I'm with these guys. That's who Luka is.
Luka ain't with no.
White boy.
Ant showed up to the barbecue by himself. Like, I smelt the ribs outside. I was driving by. Who barbecue was this?
Hold on.
And chill, you right though. But Luka at the barbecue with them. But they also like, yo, he with us. Leave him alone. Don't touch him. He good. He good. Don't say nothing to him.
Hey, but I know you got been to these. You got been to cookouts, parties, barbecues. Wait, but is that one white boy? He hit the dance floor. You're like, oh damn. He be dancing like a Michael Jackson.
I won't argue that.
Okay, hold up.
But can we say this though? Until Luka commits on the defensive end, he'll never win.
They're not winning the NBA championship.
Yeah, never win.
No. This thing though. Luka
win.
Hold on. But people said that about Jokic. Luka will never be an elite defender, but he could play at a
Does Jokic commit on the defensive end? Has he shown you he committed more on the defensive end?
Yes.
Come on, man.
He's a big man. He's a big man.
Luka will literally give you bad possessions by complaining down on the other end of the court. People say, "Oh,
that's every star." I've seen Anthony Edwards do that.
Also, run you down with a block
early. See,
Luka ain't doing that.
Early, I seen Anthony Edwards do that. Anthony Edwards will go crash the paint. Got hit by guys. He didn't get a call. He'd be at the refs too. Every star player does that. We gotta stop acting
as much as Luka. As much as Luka.
No, Luka do it so blatantly. Chill. He did it in the Olympics last year, the FIBA last year. All he does
is
his team in bad position.
That's all he does.
Then you come down the court on the next play and shoot a step back three and miss it.
I think people just have selective memory players they like and they don't.
Not in this particular situation, Jalen. No, not in this particular situation.
I don't think Luka can play more than the
his coach got on him about that.
Come on, man.
Something to work on, sure. But again, I think every superstar, they do it. Every single one. But they don't get the calls.
I gotta get to these super chats though.
Do it up.
So DSG Piccolo said, how important is Chris Finch undergoing surgery going to be for this series? How many games will he not be able to coach? Should be a good series.
That's actually a real huge factor. Coach not there, especially a coach from Minnesota like that, the way he's been coaching. Him not being on the sidelines could he's gonna miss game one?
He might.
He might miss game one. Surgery, downtime.
Man, that dude sucks, man. You think it'll be surgery?
He said, he's doing surgery.
He's got a. I don't know if you knew. He's got a ruptured patella tendon.
That's serious surgery.
I mean, Colin barely bumped into him. Hey, man.
But understand.
That's the reason why Darvin Ham sit down. Sit down, man.
Now remember too, early. I'm 54 years old. You know, I don't move like I used to. So Mike Conley smashing into me, it probably wouldn't hurt as bad if I was 44, 34. But
if Mike Conley smashing you, chill. Mike Conley.
Not me. I ain't.
Mike Conley be a surgeon. If he ready to go.
that's Coach Finch though. You know, he's 54 years old, and you know, it's a little bit different.
Well, sit your old ass down and watch the game or get back off the line. You too close.
He gonna be in the wheelchair. He might show up in a wheelchair or have a little bench to sit on.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm interested to see exactly what's going to happen, how he's going to coach, if he coaches. You know what the whole situation is going to be. But shout out to Chris Finch though, because he didn't really coach that team up, and he's brought him a long way this year. So we definitely got to monitor that and add that or factor that into what's going to happen in the series. 1K David said, to be honest, these games show me the Nuggets not that much better than the Lakers, just way better coached.
Thank you.
Look, when the margins are that small, sure, the coaching gap will definitely show for sure, without a doubt.
That's exactly what it was. And honestly, I know we give Darvin Ham a hard time, but most of it is because his adjustments, man. He just like get off the. Y'all were up by 9 or 10. Get AD off the court, man.
So some of the Dinwiddie minutes,
you only have to waste the time out.
The Dinwiddie minutes.
Foul on purpose. Get the game.
So let me ask you guys this: if we got, let's say Rick Carlisle's on the sideline with the Lakers, do they win this series?
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah. You know why I think Rick Carlisle wins the series? I think Rick Carlisle plays Christian Wood and them earlier in the series to get them established. Like, you don't just leave Christian Wood on the bench. That would have been a perfect time for Christian Wood to get some minutes. I know you like Jackson Hayes, but Christian Wood just gives you more offensively what you need. Like, I don't understand why Christian Wood. Like, why is maybe it's Christian Wood thing because it's the second time he's been in the doghouse on the team. So maybe it might be a Christian Wood thing. I won't put it all on Darvin Ham not playing him. Maybe he's the reason why he ain't getting played. Because this is the second time you've been benched in the doghouse. You did it with Dallas last year too.
If Eric Spoelstra was coaching this team, they win it.
We ain't talking about we'll take Spo off the floor. We'll take the Oklahoma City head coach off the floor. Do they win if I don't know
Frank Vogel? I think if Frank Vogel stays with them, they win this.
I actually think Frank Vogel is a really good coach. Yeah,
and we keep talking about getting these white guys jobs. No offense, like JJ Redick. Adrian Griffin got fired for no reason, and no one's talking about it, and it's killing me, dog.
I'm not mad at
for no reason.
I'm not mad at the Lakers getting Adrian Griffin over Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham
fired him for no reason, man. He should be a.
The Lakers don't have the personnel for Adrian Griffin. It just won't work.
Now I don't like this for Adrian Griffin. I'm just saying Adrian Griffin deserves a job, man. There's no way he should have got fired, man.
Question, Mars.
For Doc.
Question, Mars. If Monty Williams is on that bench, do the Lakers lose this series?
I don't like Monty Williams as a coach.
I said I don't think the Lakers. I've probably changed my mind on that, but I said I don't think the Lakers win with 2018 LeBron. So I don't think coaching is
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, which I've probably changed my mind on. But I don't think you just replace a coach and you win this series. I don't think that happens. But
Ime Udoka, somebody like that.
Nick Nurse?
You give these defensive coaches bad POA defenders. Like they can't just make D'Lo a good defender. They can't just find a size matchup for Aaron.
James isn't going to.
But D'Lo played well though, Mark. Honestly, like he played way well than he did last year. Like he played well. He didn't play too bad, man.
After the series, he was garbage.
All right, y'all.
The roster was flawed to go against Denver. A better coach doesn't.
No big man. No. Lack of big man really hurt them.
No, the big man wasn't the problem. That was not the problem.
A lack of big man. Like AD needed some time. Anytime AD came out and Hayes came in, AD needed somebody who could at least fight with, because AD would fight with Jokic. Hayes, if you watch Hayes, he wanted nothing to do with Jokic. Nothing to do with him at all. He didn't want nothing to do with him. So I think just a lack of a big man. Like even last year when they had Tristan Thompson, somebody who can just bang with him. You ain't gotta just bang with him and foul him a little bit, make it a little tough on him, give AD 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I get back in there, but just give somebody who can bang with him and maybe foul him a couple times, just to slow him down a little bit. Because literally, once AD came out, you can see Jokic's eyes light up. Oh, chicken noodle soup. We out here. We out.
AD's been wanting to play the 4 his entire tenure with the Lakers. He's been forced to play the 5.
Dwight would have been good to have, y'all. I'm not saying he's gonna stop Jokic because it's 2020. But Dwight would have been good to have.
I don't know about Dwight at this stage. I don't think Dwight would have helped.
Again, we just in a big body, Jalen. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely someone at
we got to transition into the other game. though. We've talked enough about the Lakers. Let's talk about the Thunder and the Pelicans. The Thunder swept the Pelicans in convincing fashion. They beat them last night, 97-89. It was a steady game from you got what you usually get from Shea.
Thank you, Phil.
You got what you usually get from J-Dub. And the Pelicans, they just kind of fell apart.
They lose to Zion 4-1. They
I got a
lose
super
if Zion
chat
plays 4-1, Ron.
from Funny Muffler 202. He said, "What should the Pels do going forward? I think they should try again next season if they can stay healthy." Hashtag my first super chat.
I think you run it back. I think with Zion healthy, Ingram clearly wasn't healthy. Okay, Ingram was playing hobbled the entire series. Ingram's healthy, Zion's healthy. I think this could have been.
I'm sick of hearing that, man.
No,
He
but
wasn't.
we got to.
Same here, Chill.
But hold on, we got to. We have to understand the situation. We have to understand the situation because we saw Ingram. He was hooping this regular season when he was healthy, but then he got hurt at the wrong time. Tried to come back, didn't come back 100%. He tried to battle through it, didn't work out. Zion got hurt at the wrong time. We saw what happened in the play-in game. He was cooking. He was going to do his thing against OKC. I think CJ, he had his ups and downs here. He had some good moments and bad moments. Maybe trade CJ for someone, if anyone. I might trade CJ for someone. I just don't know.
Oh, get a real guard. I'm sorry,
I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. Get a real point guard. I'm not mad at that. But Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, those boys, keep them there. I think this team, I think you run it back with kind of this core.
If I'm being honest,
add a real point guard. I think it's fine if you add a real point guard.
Get rid of Ingram, Jalen.
That's crazy.
Because I think what Herb and Troy Murphy do, I think they can replace Ingram. You can package Ingram for several players. Like you can take Ingram and get 2 or 3 more players in Ingram's place instead of just having one Ingram.
I like Ingram, but they can't replace the scoring and playmaking with Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. There's not those type of players.
How much? What is Ingram giving you? 22 points a game?
Say that again, Mars.
It depends on what you think the ceiling of Trey Murphy is. Some people think he can enter that role.
I don't see.
I think Troy Murphy is 15 to 20 a game.
I think he's close to the 15, but I think he has to have opportunities created for him. I don't think he's necessarily someone who can get his
But who gets the more opportunity than Zion and Giannis down low? And Giannis is a good passer too. And Zion is a good playmaker. Like you got guys who give you wide open shots.
I agree.
Troy Murphy can't be Michael Porter Jr. Ain't no way he can't be Michael Porter Jr.
He could be a version of 100%. He could be a version that I just don't know Zion. If you have Zion, so you're gonna kind of run the offense through Zion. I understand Zion is got
they
better.
do that now.
I don't know.
They run the offense through Zion now.
There is, but sometimes they needed Ingram, like even when Zion was.
But
there,
Ingram needs that. He needs that inside, that mid range, that post up. Like you need a guy who don't need that. You need a guy who can break down and get to the cup at will. You don't need a guy who needs that slow the offense down, give it to me in the post. Like you got that with Zion. Ingram basically does the same thing. I love Ingram, but I think you don't need Ingram on what he does. In all honesty, I think if you swap Ingram out for like a Kyle Kuzma type of player who can hit the three, who can rebound at a high level, who doesn't need the ball all the time, I like that. That's still 20 points a game.
I mean, I think Kuzma gives you the 3-point shot. That's without a doubt. But man, is he the creator that I still think Brandon Ingram's just a better scorer in general.
But Brandon Ingram's a better scorer. He's a better scorer. But here's the thing. What's the difference though? Is it enough of a difference to matter?
But I'm saying, is Kuzma really a huge improvement from Ingram? Like, do you think that's going to be the guy to?
No, we just talking about what he adds. We talking about the rebounding that Kuzma adds, the 3-pointer that Kuzma adds, because Brandon Ingram doesn't shoot the 3.
I mean, rebound. I mean, this team's issue is not rebound. I think, but Zion, J-Val, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. I think this team's a good rebounding team in general. I don't know if that particular skill set's going to.
But if I'm giving you a guy like Ingram, right, who's going to give you 20 to 25 points a game, right? Maybe sometimes 25 to 30, depending on how you cooking.
Yep.
A guy like Kuzma who can give you 18 to 23. On top of that, we're not only replacing the scoring, but we're also adding a lot of the intangibles too, the dirty work. Like
Kuzma's a terrible defender. Kuzma's a terrible defender. I think Ingram is actually a lot better of a plus defender for this team.
I mean, Ingram ain't the greatest defender. I'm be honest with you. I just threw a name out there. I gotta really think about what they could use, but I do believe that. For one, Zion getting hurt every year in the playoff. Kawhi, I don't know about them guys, man. I just don't know, man. I can't get. It's like dating a girl who keep you date her. Y'all get married.
We're just going over the same thing every time. Like I tell you to do something, you don't do it, and then here we go again. And then I tell you to do something, and you don't do it, and here we go again. That's like
it's like we set up to get married. I proposed to her. We set up to get married. She leave me at the altar. We get back together. She said, "You know what? I was having cold feet that time. This time I want to do this for real." We get back to the altar. She stand me up. At some point, I'm like, "Dog, you're just not the one for me, man. I can't. You cannot keep doing that. Get hurt because this was the time." This was the time. Zion, I think they run to the Pels. I mean, to the Thunder. And I think that Pels team with a healthy Ingram and a healthy Zion, I think they can beat the Nuggets.
I think this Oklahoma City team, as young as they are, as experienced as they are, as inexperienced as they are,
they're not ready.
Just not yet, but that doesn't mean that they can't make a deep. That doesn't mean that they can't make a deep playoff run. And I got to shout out how well Jalen Williams has been playing in these playoffs, and that's largely due to the confidence that Chet, Josh Giddey, those guys give him.
Let me see your knowledge, Shell. Who's the great? He came from Santa Clara. Who's the greatest Santa Clara player of all time?
Oh, it's not Kirk Rambis. It's Steve Nash.
There you go. I think he's the second player since Steve Nash came out of Santa Clara. That's the greatest
Steve
player
Nash.
since Steve
No
Nash.
doubt about that. But when I think about, because Mars thinks that Josh Giddey has been criminal with him because he can't shoot the basketball, which he can't stretch the defense as much as you would like him to. But I think he's formidable in being able to get downhill and put pressure on the defense in the mid range. When he's doing that, he makes Chet better. When he's doing that, he makes Jalen Williams better. And they basically, with their offense, they did everything that they could to get Herb Jones off of SGA, because Herb Jones had SGA in a straitjacket. Straight had him in a straitjacket. He did work against him these last two games. Even in Oklahoma City, did the same thing. Now, when we get to the next series, I mean, I think that's something different. But I thought the difference in this series, Chet being able to stretch the defense like he did, get on the glass, protect the rim. A lot of people think that just because you're blocking shots, you're protecting the rim. You don't necessarily have to block shots to protect the rim. And I thought Chet did a good job at that. I thought that as the series went on, I thought that he got more acclimated. I thought he got more acclimated to the physicality. Not only did he get more acclimated to the physicality, their rotation guys did too. In Case and Wallace, they got more acclimated to the physicality. Isaiah Joe came in, knocked down some big shots. I feel like this Oklahoma City team, they are definitely on their way to doing.
But you know what, Chill?
I'm out on Brandon Ingram. I'm out.
I think that Chet. I think that the Thunder will never truly win until Chet. I think Chet's a power forward in this league. I don't think he can play center at a high rate for a long period of time. He's gonna bang his body up. I think like for instance, if the Thunder had a Jonas and let Chet play power forward, oh my God,
That's who this offseason. Hartenstein, Valanciunas, and Andre Drummond. They at the top of my leaderboard. That's who I'm getting on.
I think Chet just needs to grow into his grown man body.
But I think
he'll grow into his grown man body, get stronger.
He doesn't get too big.
I'm sure he's not necessarily getting like bulky.
You can see it in his shoulders.
No,
he get too big.
He won't get too big, but he can get stronger, like his core strength. And he'll still add some weight though. He still has a solid probably 30, 40 pounds he can gain and still kind of keep that stature, right? It's just he's still so young. He dude's 20, right? He's still.
But I don't think he gets like Rudy Gobert, where like you see his chest widen, his shoulders widen. He put a little weight on where he can hold his own. I think Chet will always be a slanky guy. Like I don't think he has the body where he get no bigger than what he is. I think he'll get probably more. He might get a little stronger, but not enough to deal with the Jokic's of the league.
Early, remember AD though. Remember how AD looked?
AD had the
10
body.
years ago.
It's the body though. AD
was
had the body
250 pounds in 2015. He was 250.
Hold on, wait. When he first came into the league,
when he first came into the league, 2 years later, he was 250 pounds.
I'm
not saying Chet, even when they were small. You saw them in frame.
Yeah, I'm not saying he fills out like them, but Chet's gonna put on another 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah, I think it will too.
Eventually, like I in 2-3 years.
But if Chet puts on 30 pounds, I think that hurts him offensively.
I mean, as long as he adds it the right way, it won't affect the shot.
I think it helps him. He starts being able to finish through contact. He starts being able to, seal guys off. He starts being able to. It's just you can't really deal with Chet if he has 20, 30 pounds.
I know a lot of people don't like him too, but I like Vucevic for this Thunder team too. I know a lot of people don't like Vucevic, but I think he gives them a little something on the inside, rebounding. Could block a shot here or two. I just think get Chet out of that center position.
If we the league, I'm rating Chicago. It's a fire.
Oh yeah.
I'm rating Chicago.
I want Caruso, DeMar,
I'm rating Chicago.
When Patrick Williams get healthy,
y'all ain't doing nothing with these boys. Hand them over.
Zach LaVine.
Y'all ain't doing nothing with these.
Hey, Mars. What do you think about the Brandon Ingram situation? You think they should move off of Ingram or keep him?
Situation. I think you guys just made it a situation. I don't think anyone. I don't think the Pelicans view it as a situation.
You think they'll go to another season with him, Mars?
They probably do. I mean, it depends. It depends on what becomes available. I think the biggest problem is CJ and Valanciunas, because I think Trey Trey, Herb, Zion, Brandon Ingram, like Jordan Hawkins will probably be in the rotation next year. Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels, if he can develop a jumper, those guys are probably going to be there for the long term. Is can you get a point guard who's an actual facilitator? So Zion isn't having to initiate offense, or Brandon Ingram isn't having to be your best passer. And then defensively, you probably want a rim protecting 5 who's more mobile than what
Mara, would you take Zach LaVine? Not Zach. If you Ingram for like a Zach LaVine, Ingram and CJ, and maybe a pick for a Zach LaVine Caruso situation, Zach LaVine Patrick Williams situation.
No, I think that just kind of. I think the biggest issue a lot of teams have is the redundancy thing. I think that's why Denver's such a well-built team. You can't build teams with getting many players of the same archetype. If you bring in Caruso, you just brought in Herb Jones version 2. You don't need 2 Herb Jones on the same team. Zach LaVine will replace Brandon Ingram, but at the same time, you got to find spots for everyone on your team to work. That's why Denver's so good. You got your shot creator in Jamal Murray. Then you got your point of attack defender in KCP, screen navigator. He's going to guard your 1s and 2s. Then you got MPJ, who's going to be a flamethrower at the 3. Aaron Gordon's
and a rebounder, low key.
Aaron Gordon's going to be your vertical spacer, athlete, transition player. He's going to be all of those things. And then Jokic is just going to be better than everyone. So you got that. And then like other teams, it's like for example, Phoenix, you got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and KD who all work in the same areas and do the same thing. So even though on paper the talent might be better, the redundancy of what roles are being filled on the team is what makes the team falter. I think that's why the Pelicans are in a good spot with Ingram and Zion. The way they work, you got interior presence with Zion, but then you got perimeter shot creation and playmaking with Ingram. They complement each other. And that's why how you fill out the rest of the roster is Valanciunas taking up lanes for Zion. Is Valanciunas in the way defensively? How do you complement a front court of Zion and Valanciunas? Then CJ McCollum operates in the same areas of Brandon Ingram. It becomes redundant with those two. That's the issue I think they have. Is
so you're saying CJ and Jonas is the problem?
I think they're the odd ones out. I don't think that makes them a problem or bad players. I just think the fit doesn't.
Who do you replace them with?
Early, you don't have to replace them early. What you just do is you move CJ over to where he plays the best. He plays the best off the ball. He's always played the best off the ball, just like Devin Booker.
Then what you do with Herb Jones?
Devin. Well, Herb Jones plays the 3. That's the difference. You put Herb Jones as small forward.
Ingram plays the 3.
Well, see,
Zion plays the 4, and then Jones plays the 5.
You can. One of the main reasons why they were as good as they were this season, Zion. They had him at the lead guard, so he was creating shots for all of those other guys. Yeah, they had him at the lead guard. Willie Green actually had him at the lead guard. He's getting downhill. He's creating shots for Brandon Ingram. He's creating shots for CJ McCollum. He's creating shots for Valanciunas.
Lineup with Zion
at the 1, move CJ over to the 2, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, and who they had somebody and Herb, right? And they had Zion at the 1. That actually works. Guys like CJ McCollum, Bradley Beal, and to Mars's point, Devin Booker, those guys are the most effective off the basketball, setting those guys up to play one-on-one. When you turn those guys into primary ball handlers, and now you want to make them distributors, you're taking away a large part of their game, which is now them just being one-on-one guys. So if the New Orleans Pelicans can move CJ over to the 2 and actually play Zion at the 1, if he can hold up, I think we have
okay, I know this might be a jump in the dark, but what if we can replace CJ with like a Klay Thompson if the Warriors let him go? You like that better?
No, because I don't like I don't like Klay Thompson as a one-on-one player.
Klay Thompson at this point over CJ.
Do you need him as a one-on-one though? I just feel like you need shooters to create space for Zion.
One of the values that CJ brings is that offensively he's actually a really good one-on-one.
He can break it down.
He can break defenses down, so that actually helps them. Klay has become Klay's still a really good catch. He's still a really good catch and shoot guy, but with that being said, him not being able to break defense down, that makes him one-dimensional.
But Brandon Ingram does what CJ does.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you need CJ
Give
to
me
do
Tyus Jones.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Mar.
Now you don't need a point guard.
Because I feel like Brandon Ingram is a little bit more versatile. Because I could put Brandon Ingram on the box too. He can play down low, even though he didn't take advantage of Lou Dort. That's why I'm out on him, because I feel like he didn't take advantage of the mismatch, a 6'4" guy on him. So I can use him in a very
just so hit and miss. Shell.
excuse me. I could use him in a bunch of different ways, right? I could use him where I can put him on the block. I could use him in the mid post. Now I don't want to just use him on the perimeter, but I could also use him in those areas. Plus, get CJ on the opposite wing, him working too and creating shots. Just him and Zion. Zion creating shots for Brandon Ingram also. So. And the reason why you think it's the goofiest ever is because, buddy, you don't know anything about basketball. That's why you think it's goofy. So it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult for you to think it's goofy because you don't know basketball. You don't know how versatile guys are and how much different they could be in different situations. That's why you say that. So
I think the way the league's going, you just want to have bigger guys on the court. So Trey Murphy, you want to have Trey Murphy out there as much. Sorry, Ron, but you want to have Trey Murphy out there as much as possible. So
put Ingram at 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that because once again, I don't know what the Pelicans are going to do with their backcourt. But I think you got to find a way if you're the Pelicans to have Herb, Brandon Ingram, and Trey Murphy out there with Zion. I think those 4 have to be on the court. So I think you got to figure out a way who's going to run the 5. Are you going to go small? Or are you going to not have a point guard? I don't know, but I think those 4 have to be on the court as much as possible.
Yeah, you got defense, you got long range shooting, spacing. I think that is a great lineup. I don't like this Zion playing the center though. I don't want him at the center ever.
All right, y'all. Anything is possible. Said OKC will have 3 All-Stars next season.
They might, but it's hard.
There's only 12 spots.
No.
Yeah, there's
too many centers, man. Chet ain't getting it. No, I don't think Chet gets it. I think at some point. Shea and J-Dub are 25 points a game a piece at some point.
Look, if they're the number 1 seed,
Easily.
they have a ton of wins. Appreciate it, Claire.
25, 6 and 6 a piece.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying no. If they're the number 1 seed by good margin, I can definitely see 3 getting in, but it'll be tough. Most likely,
my birthday was Wednesday too. I turned 30.
It would be injury replacements. It would be injury replacements.
Hey, happy belated, early. Happy belated.
If those dudes are 25 a game, those 2 guys, I don't know about 3. I think 3 is asking a lot. But if those 2 guys and Shea and J-Dub are 25 a game and Oklahoma City is at the top of the Western Conference, both of them dudes are all pros. I'm going on record saying that. They're not just all-stars. They all pros, too.
Yeah, I think, listen, if you watch J-Dub's game, you come to Santa Clara, he was compared to James Harden come out of Santa Clara. I think J-Dub 19 points a game his second year. J-Dub is getting 7 more points for J-Dub is not gonna be hard. I promise you that. And I think they'll center more around him and Shea killing you. And I think they'll do a situation where when Shea sits down, J-Dub plays. When J-Dub sits down, Shea plays. I think J-Dub has all the makings, the size, the craftiness, the knowledge. He is going to be a 25 points a game guy. I truly believe it. And I think he can do it and exist in the same space with Shea is still 25 to 30. 23 to 26, easy for J-Dub. And I think if J-Dub has his own team, he's 30 a game in 3 years.
Wait, I think it's really hard for 2 players to average 25 plus unless like a Kyrie Lucas situation, especially, and then you have a talent like Chet on that team.
So why is
I just don't think I just no, but hold on. But again, Kyrie and Luka aren't playing with the Chet Holmgren. You know what I mean? Like I just don't think they have another guy who can give you 20 a night. So I just don't think because of how that team is built, they're gonna necessarily have. There's not going to be enough shots to go around for both of them to average out. I think Shea's going to be a consistent 30-point guy. I think J-Dub probably would be in that 20-point range. We'll give you 25.
But D-Wade, LeBron, and Bosh, they could be D-Wade, LeBron, and Bosh.
But hold on. But Bosh was usually like a 16, 18 guy, right? Because of their situation. And
but that's range.
When LeBron is getting 27, D-Wade was mostly in that 21, 22. But obviously the scoring is up now. So maybe it's a little bit above. I just think Chet's actually is going to be a pretty good scorer too. Defensively, he'll be great. So I think J-Dub will be closer to 20, but Chet will give you 22. That's the only reason why. I just don't think there'll be enough ball to go around. And then they have the other peripheral pieces too who are going to need their shots, right? The catch and shoot guy, whether it's Carson Wallace, he's going to be a little bit of a bucket. Lou Dort's still going to get his shots. So it'll just be tough.
I just think Chet is 15 to 20 for his career, and at that pace, he's great. Couple rebounds, couple block shots. You don't need Chet at 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. I think Chet does show me the ability to take the ball off the floor sometimes and have that mismatch against centers. But I do believe that Chet will fall in line, same with Chris Bosh did, as J-Dub starts to increase. Chet will fall in line to be that three-point shooter, give you a couple buckets in the basket, run the floor guy. But I think them being 25 a piece is not hard.
But Chet's mindset, like we always say, he's the best player in the league, and he wants to be the best player in the league. Like his mindset is like he seems like he got a bit of the Anthony Edwards mindset to him. So I just don't know if he's going to be comfortable with the 15 when he knows he can give you so much more.
Well, you ain't gonna pick him over J-Dub, so he better figure it out.
Look again, for them to win, I don't think J-Dub. I think as long as they win, they'll figure it out and they'll be happy. Again, this team is on the road to winning a championship very soon. So we'll just see how it breaks down.
LaFlame sent through a super chat, and he said, that was the ugliest gentleman sweep I've ever witnessed. Celtics, Wolves, and Thunder all would beat the Nuggets in 6 if they keep playing like this.
Disrespect to the Nuggets. I guess the Lakers are playing them relatively well. I think the Celtics have the best shot, but I think Thunder lose and the Wolves lose.
Ronaldo said Denver can stop the Wolves offensively too. KCP and Gordon are great defensive players.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Aaron Gordon did a great job on Jimmy Butler last year in the finals, so he can defend. Yeah, he can.
Who actually the chat talking? Who do we think J-Dub can be? Honestly, do we not believe in J-Dub?
Look, I was the J-Dub guy. I was really high on J-Dub. I think it was the second best player of his draft class. Like he can be him.
The chat said I'm talking crazy.
But
what am I talking crazy about? You can see, if you watch J-Dub's game, it's not going to be hard for him to average 20, 25 points a game on a nightly basis. It's not. And he's already, he went from like 13, 14 to 19 already. He's showing you with more knowledge, with more experience, he's going to find his spots even better. He's hitting the mid-range shot now. He's getting to the bucket. He can be 25 a game with no problem. SGA wakes up out of his sleep with 25 a game. Wakes up out of his sleep. Between the fouls,
he's 30. He's 30.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
25. He's 30. Hey, he a walking 30 piece.
I'm saying, even if you take away 5 points from him, literally, if you take 5 points away from Shea and add those 5 to J-Dub, that's 25 apiece.
I don't see Shea dropping 5 points. Like I just don't see a drop off of Shea going from 32 a night. He might
trust J-Dub. I get what you're saying though. Like I do think J-Dub is capable of averaging 25. Will he average 25? I don't know, but I get what you're saying. And just to say that, like even if he averages 22, that cool. Still means on a Thursday he gave you 25, but just on Tuesday he gave you 20. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's capable of doing that night in and night out.
But he'll have those 40-point games, those 35-plus point games. Like I think he'll have those games where he might give you 22, but he might then give you an extra 2 or 3 points off of certain games where he giving you 30. Like I do believe that can happen. It's the same way I believe that in the same universe, Sengun could be 22 to 23 and Jalen Green could be 25 to 30.
Well, I mean, in this series, Shea averaged 27 and J-Dub averaged 22. So we seen a small snippet and sample size of it. But
what did Chet average this series?
Chet averaged 13. Okay. 13 and let me see exactly what his full line was. He averaged 15. He averaged 15, 8 rebounds, couple assists.
How many double-digit scores
3 blocks
for this team? You said how many?
And if you look at if you look at the box score, you think that that really wasn't that good. When in reality, he had a way bigger effect on the game.
Yeah.
Way bigger effect on the game.
They had
Jalen, all 5 starters averaged double digits.
They had 5. So and that's the thing. I think that's just a better way to win games too. Having to kind of rely on 2 guys giving you 26, 27 a night. If you look at the teams that are winning around the league are really good, it is more of a balanced kind of scoring thing. We know where you want 4 or 5, maybe even 6 guys giving you double-digit scoring, which is a better way to win. Whether that's Denver, Boston, kind of the top teams, it's just better.
Also, too, I do want to acknowledge J-Dub was clearly the second best player in this series,
easily,
without a doubt,
easily. And he's 6'6". He might give you another. He might grow another inch. You never know. I just think J-Dub game is so smooth, man.
And another thing with J-Dub too, J-Dub really plays on the defensive end too. It's not just J-Dub sitting down for real. He taking the assignment, he taking whatever matchup, and he barking for real. He trying to take the ball from you. He blocking shots.
You're gonna have to pay him.
He tough.
In 3 to 5 years, we'll be having a conversation that does J-Dub need his own team? Does he need to be somewhere where he can be the guy? Watch. Same way we did with Jay Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Same way we did with Jay Tatum. It's gonna come. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but them conversations will start.
People say that. Some people say that with Jamal Murray, the way he plays, should he have his own team? But shut up. I'm just saying it's real though. The way he hooping, people say that. Like, you having your own team. Hold on. You having your own team doesn't necessarily mean winning. You need a second option like a Jalen Williams on your team when you have an SGA to be a winning team.
You got Shea. You love Shea.
Shea. That's your one.
But you got Chet. You love Chet.
Hey, Chet's all too late. They'll be nice. Hold on. They'll be nice for Chet coming up. They'll be nice where Chet's going to be their second leading scorer. Right? And J-Dub
it's
might
going to be a team
scorer.
that ain't got nobody that will give J-Dub everything. A Bulls team 5 years from now who would say, look, we probably can't give you the Supermax because you already on a team, but you're going to have a private jet. You're going to have a Kawhi Leonard life. We'll give you everything else. We're going to make you the face of this franchise. And as a young player, it might get enticing to go try it out.
J-Dub will get a
They
max.
win at least one championship.
J-Dub's
now
getting
you
the
looking like
max.
Kyrie. I already won a championship. Can I go somewhere and prove that I'm the guy? You never know how players' mentality is.
And what did Kyrie say? If he were to do it again, he would
wouldn't
stay
have
where
left
he
James.
is. He wouldn't
He
have
would have
left.
never left. He would
But-
have never left.
But Kai was a loser before James anyway, so that was his fault.
I mean, hey, that's the thing. I just think, hey, if OKC starts winning, I don't see J-Dub leaving. I think they build around his core, they stay together and try to win more.
I think so. But again, Jalen, I'll say that you don't know how a player thinks. Again, them rumors of being SGA's backup, being SGA's Robin, like, you know, that changes players' mindset.
I don't get the logic of why that's a bad thing. Like when you got one player who's the guy and then another player who's less than the guy. Like, why is that a problem? I mean, it's Oklahoma City team. They got kids on the crew on rook deals. They got a long time before they got to figure this stuff out. Jalen Williams is going to be a future All-Star. I think he could be an All-Pro too, also. But with the way that this team is constructed, they look like they're going to be trouble in the future. I don't think that they're going to be trouble 6-7 years. I'm talking about in the very near future where this team could really compete for the NBA championship. I don't think that they're there yet. Even though we live in a young league where we don't have a lot of older guys, I don't think that they're there yet. But I think that they're close. They are barking.
Them boys is over there barking.
Yes, they are barking. But you know what? A bigger dog will bite you right on your ass. Yes, he will. You can bark all you want. When you run up on a bigger dog that's been in the yard for a while, he'll bite you right on your ass. And that doesn't mean that. And that doesn't mean that you come back after you've ate a little bit and you get bigger that you won't be there. They just ain't there yet. But when they get there, when I watch this Oklahoma City team, I think about what Kenny Smith said when they played against Orlando. We better get these boys now because in a year, 2 years, we got no shot against these dudes. None. So this Oklahoma City team, the same thing is going on with them. Whatever you're going to do, right? Whatever you're going to do with this team, y'all better get them now because I can tell you this. In another year, 2 years, Denver, Minnesota, you dudes better watch out because them dudes could very well be the class.
Hey, don't forget about the Rockets. I know Mars quiet.
They ain't where Oklahoma City is though. Nah, I don't. In 2 years,
they'll never be where Oklahoma City is.
I don't see.
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna go that far. But in 2 years, I don't see as good as I think Cam Whitmore is. How high Mars is on Thompson. In 2 years, SGA is going to be even better. Williams is going to be even better. Chet's going to be even better. I feel like Josh Giddey's only 21 years old. This team is going to be even better if we could keep this core together.
That's what I'm saying. You got to pay a lot of people eventually.
But it's one of those good, in the words of my man Marlo Stansfield from The Wire, this is one of them good problems, brother. So with that being said, this Houston team, I don't think that they're close to where Oklahoma City is. And in 2 years, I think Oklahoma City, if they're able to keep their core together, they're going to be even better.
Yeah, man.
Last year, OKC won 40 games.
Yep.
We won 41 this year in a tougher conference. And our young guys are younger than their young guys.
Yep.
But we're not going to be close.
Nope, because I
that's
think
what I'm saying.
Because now, Mars, what you just said, your young guys aren't. I don't think your young guys are as good as their young guys. I don't.
You out of your mind. First of all,
Sengun is young. Sengun is younger than Chet
and better than Chet.
Chet turns 20.
Whoa!
Tomorrow.
Sengun is younger than Chet?
Yes.
I thought Sengun was older than Chet.
Yeah, but people don't know. People don't know it's Chet's birthday tomorrow. Yes, people don't know that Chet turns 22 tomorrow.
Wow, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah,
he did miss the season. Maybe that might. Maybe that might be.
Sengun not fucking with Chet.
Hold on. Sengun is nice. Hold on.
If you think that that's fine. If you think that's fine.
Has the ability to be a top
the point I'm making.
How you love Jokic, but
we are
OKC. Keep going, Mark.
Houston right now are in the spot where OKC were last year in the rebuild.
Right.
So we're 1 year behind them on the rebuild trajectory. OKC last year won less games than we did this year by 1 game. I understand.
Still less.
We were in a tougher conference this year. The West was way more stacked this year, hence why they were in the play-in last year and we wasn't. Also, Sengun is younger than Chet. He's also J-Dub is 23. So Jalen Green is 22. Shea is 25. Jabari Smith is 22, I think. 21. He's 20. He turns 21. He turns 21 in like 2 weeks. So Jabari's 20. Amen Thompson is 20. Cam Whitmore doesn't turn 20 until the summer. So with where we are in terms of how young everyone is, we're younger than OKC. Ime Udoka is one of the best coaches in the league. We brought in the veteran presence before OKC did with Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. We've got Steven Adams. I don't get, but like the only way I believe like you can say we don't have as bright of a future is if you aren't as high on the upside of some of our young guys. If you don't think if you don't think Sengun is going to be one of the 5 best bigs in the league, fine. If you don't think Jalen Green is going to be that good, that's fine. If you don't think Amen Thompson is going to be that good, that's fine. But from an age perspective, we're younger. And maybe it's my bias, but I think our young guys have just as much potential. See how I woke him up, chat?
So Mars, to your point, that's it. That's it for me all day. The idea that your young guys, I think Oklahoma City, even though the age difference isn't that off, it's not like Chet is 22 and Sengun is 19. It's not like SGA, not even SGA. It's not like Jalen Green is 23 and Jalen Williams is 20. No, the age gap is pretty close. But with that being said, I just feel like Oklahoma City's young guys are better than your young guys.
And with that, what was Sengun this year, Mars? Before he got hurt, what was Sengun this year, Mars?
He was borderline an all-star. He nearly made it, but
he probably was going to win the most.
22. Improved. What was he? 22, 9, and 7, 6.
22, 9, and 7. I don't know, but you know, Shea turns 26 in the summer, right?
Yes, I do know that. Him and Jason Tatum, the same.
So while Sengun is 22 in the summer, that he turns 22 in the summer. While Jalen Green will be 22 until February of next season. Are we going to say by the time they're both 26, they have no shot? Like, we're 4. That OKC's best player is 4 years the senior of our best players. 4 years.
Right. And then
not to mention our young guy, like our depth in terms of our young players is deeper than OKC's. Like, you got Shea, J-Dub, and Chet.
Right.
Great. And then Josh Giddey, by the way, hooped in the Pelicans series. I want to give him his credit. He hooped.
Yes, he did.
He made his threes. He was a mismatch problem. Give a shout out to Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey was going to hoop in the playoffs too. I told you.
Shout out to him. So Josh Giddey, I want to give him his credit. I'm not going to act like he's just nowhere near. But and then you got Kayston Wallace, who's a very good young guy.
But I like Amen Thomas upside.
But like you look at our 6 plus our draft pick this year, whoever it is. So we got 4 years to catch up to where Shea is in terms of with our best players are 22. He's going to be 26. Then we've got Jabari, who is already one of the better young, versatile Swiss Army knives in the league. Then you've got Cam Whitmore, who's one of the best young scorers in the league. Amen Thompson is one of the best defenders, athletes, all around, like Aaron Gordon light is what it looks like. Then you've got Tari Eason, who's been out for the whole year this year, who's also one of the best. He's one of the best perimeter wing defenders in the league. Great rebounding. So our young guys is deeper in terms of depth. We're younger significantly, and we're well coached. Like, I don't get how our upside isn't comparable.
Mars, in 2 years, y'all could be looking at a Amen Thomas, Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore, Jabari, and Sengun lineup. What are you talking about, Chill?
Early, and it's still not going to compare to the big 3 of OKC. They will never be as good as OKC.
Oh my God!
Never.
Never. Right now,
they will never be as good as OKC.
Okay, so
I'm
Mars,
sorry. It just won't happen.
So, Mars, to your point, you were talking about the young coach that you had in Ime Udoka. Well, Oklahoma City's got the coach of the year. So I think that's a wash. That's number one. Number two, you talked about catching up. You're talking about catching up to SGA. So in 4 years, he's going to be almost 30 years old. Well, if I'm looking at where the landscape of the league is now, who's the best player in the game today? That's Joker. What is he, 28? That's 28 years old. Giannis. 28, 29 years old, going on 30. So now when we get to 3-4 years from now, SGA will probably be in the conversation because he's going to get better. You already told me how good he is right now. He's already shown how good he is now. So in the next 3 years, we're going to be talking about an even better player, which means that I guess Sengun at 26, he won't be where Chet is. He won't be where SGA is at 29 or 30 years old, because we're going to be having a different conversation about him. Now you bring up guys like Josh Giddey. Right? Now you bring up guys like Jalen Williams. You bring up Kayston Wallace. You bring up Chet. You bring up all of these guys who are, again, in the same trajectory in terms of age as your guys, but I just feel like they're better right now, which means that they're going to get better as time goes on. Are your guys on the same trajectory? Yes. I just think that Oklahoma City is a little bit further than you guys. I won't argue the logic that your guys do have a bright future. I just feel like Oklahoma City's is a little bit brighter off the strength that they're young guys. I think that they're progressing a little bit more.
I think
he
y'all just
he
saying
might
what
not have the
SGA is,
same
and he's
high
heavy
end
top.
talent. Like if you want to say Shea will be the best long term of all of them, you want to say Shea will be
Whatever.
better than Sengun and Jalen Green and whatever they project to be.
Whatever.
That's fine. Like they can have the best player, but if in my opinion we're gonna have the second, third, fourth, and fifth best player.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just saying like if that was the case, I would still think Houston's future is brighter. If I think Jalen Green to me, like you know how I feel about his ceiling.
I do.
I think he gets stronger. He gets stronger and has a consistent jump shot. I think he's in conversations with some of the best two guards in the league. And then Sengun is one of the best passing bigs in the league, elite post scorer, everything he provides. And I don't need to keep singing the praises of Amen Thompson. So like everything we have and the way it fits as well is like if everything goes right, it's seamless in terms of the fit. Sengun and Jalen Green, like the guard big combo, it complements each other perfectly. And then the defense of Jabari, Amen, Tari, and then Cam being a microwave scorer, and then you got excellent rebounds and great coaching. Like it all just projects to have a great future. And I maybe OKC does have it. I don't know, but like I think it's Houston and OKC.
How many games?
How do you beat
maybe it's rose tinted
6'5",
glasses because like,
6'7",
it's possible some of these guys don't pan out. Maybe Amen Thompson can never shoot. Maybe Jalen Green never figures it out.
It's a 6'5" lineup. What are you talking?
Okay, you guys.
Point guard SGA is 6'6".
Giddy is
still playing
Giddy is 6'7". Lou Dort is 6'4". Lou Dort is 6'4", but he lock up any player that he guards. Lou Dort's out there guarding 6'8", 6'9". He was locking up Brandon Ingram. So he's.
I heard Brandon Ingram for one, two. We looking at Amen Thomas at 6'7", jumping out the gym. If he can pick up any type of a shot, he's the problem. He's better than Shea. I mean, that's Shea, but Giddy. He's better than Giddy. Defensively, rebounding. Playmaking.
Amen Thompson might just end up being Vando. Like he may never get a shot.
My thing is OKC is already we're seeing
if Amen Thomas is a taller Rondo, he's okay. If he's a taller Rondo, he's okay.
That's a Vando. Hey.
I mean the passing just makes it so Rondo would never happen.
If he could be a taller Rondo, he's okay.
Will never be a Rondo. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying, and also we talked about all this with OKC. We haven't talked about their million draft picks and what they do with that. They got a nuke sitting under him. Who knows what they're gonna do? Oh,
we have the same. Nuke, right? We have the same nuke. You know
exactly, bro.
Yeah. I get it. Like Houston has a lot of upside with their pieces. Like it makes sense. Like what you're saying with Houston, like all these guys.
We also have one of the worst franchise in the league's picks for the next 4 years.
Which means that those draft picks are going to be high draft.
Yeah, so like OKC might have all those picks, but would you rather have 6 17th overall picks or 4 top 5 picks?
Well, I'll tell you what I would rather have.
And we forget 4 years ago, before Chris Paul came there and black, and we can say we want about Chris Paul, but everywhere he go, they win at. Before Chris Paul, except for the worst, before Chris Paul got there and blessed them, we were saying the same thing about this Thunder team trying to figure it out. Shea trying to figure it out. Like this Rockets team with the Thunder team was 4 years ago. But I think they're on a quicker trajectory. I think this year was a year with Monty Williams, let them kind of figure it out. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna see who play hard, who don't. I think next year he'll get his real lineups. You got Sengun coming back. You'll make him a great piece. I've seen Jalen Green to the next step since the baby, dropping 37 a game, 36 a game. Like, dog, this gonna be a team to reckon with. Like you said, yes, the Thunder have a 6'5" to 6'6" lineup, but the Rockets looking at a 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" lineup.
So you're saying that the Rockets will be better than OKC?
In 3 years, I got the Rockets over OKC.
3 years.
I swear to you.
Hey, early.
I swear to that.
Next time you come on the panel, don't be drinking Hennessy and mixing it with tequila and stuff like that, bro. That's not a healthy combination for you.
Stick to the vodka.
3 years.
Stick to the
3 years. I'm like Mars. I'm very high on Jalen Green. I've been saying Sengun could be a top 2 to 5 center in the next 3 years. I think y'all love Jokic. Sengun is 6'10", 6'11". Same type of moves. He's been working with Hakeem for free, which I don't know for the last 2 years. That's why he's so smooth in the post. Dog, Sengun got the rebounding, the pass ability. He's more athletic than Jokic. He holds his own on defense. He ain't the greatest defender, but he holds his own on defense. Sengun will be the difference maker. Chat has a limit to what he can be. Sengun can really be the guy. 23, 24, 10, and 5 or 6 or 7. Yes. And if Jalen Green can be 25 to 30 like Shea, what? And then you got Jabari
Yeah.
Y'all playing with this team, man.
Shea right now, every time he sets his big toe on a basketball court, he's 30 a night. Every time Chet sets his big toe on a basketball court, he's more than likely the best defender on the court.
And even with his 30 a night, he ain't better than Ant-Man. I stamp it.
If you want to say OKC has less questions, that's fine because we're yet to see what Houston can develop into. We're yet to see where Sengun can take this. We're yet to see what Jalen Green can do. Is March Jalen Green real or was it a hot streak? Like I'm fine if you want to say there's more questions with Houston, and that's why you're lower and you're more maybe not as optimistic. That's fine, but to act like it's coming out of nowhere that Houston have a shot is where I'm like, okay, I don't agree with that. Like, I think everyone should be able to see that someone saying Houston have a higher, like, have a possibility to get to that level isn't just making it up.
Well, wait a minute, Mars.
See the avenue to where that's
there's logic behind it. There's logic.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying they are going to be better. I just think they have an argument that they can be if everything goes right. Now, will everything go right? I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Mars, you and I have had this conversation. I think you guys next year are what Sacramento was last year. That's who I think you guys are next year. I think that's the kind of
Houston's
jump.
winning 50 games, Joe?
I think that's the jump that they make.
But if Houston wins 50 games and gets a first round matchup like a Warriors team, they win that series. Period. They win that series.
I think that they are what Sacramento was last year. I think that they make that kind of jump. But when again,
Sengun's a better offensive player than
I'm thinking about how I'm thinking about how this. Now, I'll give you the scoring. I'll definitely give you the scoring. Yeah,
I'm big on Sengun, but early.
Hey, Mars, can you please tell this man about Sengun's passing?
I watched Sengun. Anyway, Mars, to your point, when you talked about the nukes that you have in terms of draft picks, well, I mean, this Oklahoma City team, they could very well end up in the Western Conference Championship. Imagine them in the Western Conference Championship this year and having a top 5 pick in the draft. I mean, how much better does that make them as opposed to them having the 23rd or the 25th pick, who they're probably not going to use that much. And then next year with I think they got 74 first round picks over the next 6 years, something goofy like that. So I feel like with the draft picks that they have and the way that they've been GMing, it's not that far off from what you guys have been doing. I just feel like they're further along than where you guys were.
But you one of the biggest problems about that, Chill, that you're not talking about, right? If it come down to the wire, right? If say the Rockets are a 50+ team winning team, the Thunder are a 50+ team win team, right? And we're trading for that extra piece, that Kevin Durant type of piece that can move the needle. What would Kevin Durant? Well, not Kevin Durant, but let's just say a player like that. You want to go to Houston or you want to go to OKC?
Oh, you talking about scenery?
Markets. We talk about market. If they're both at a line where they're 50 and 50, but they're just a player away, we need that one old school vet, that LeBron on his last couple of years type of guy to come here and move the needle. I guarantee you that the Houston get that player first before the Thunder do.
I do want to push back on the market.
You want to go play for the team that's more ready. You want to go play with the.
Can I ask? Sorry, finish. I just want to ask a question after.
No, go ahead.
Because I need you guys to stay with me here because I know this is going to be a bit of a weird hypothetical. Because it's kind of hard to compare when the teams are Houston's a year behind in terms of the rebuild. Yeah. But if OKC last year were in the league this year, right?
That OKC team last year.
So the team that won 40 games last year. So Chet's injured. There's no Chet.
Right. That's them this year.
Yeah, it's Shea, J-Dub, Josh Giddey, all of those guys. Casey Wallace isn't here yet.
Right.
That team is in the league this year. They're in the same league as Houston.
Right.
If someone tells you Houston have a higher ceiling long term than OKC, would you look at them like they were crazy? Or would you see where they're coming from? Obviously, Chet's coming back next season, but you haven't seen him yet. Right. J-Dub hasn't taken the jump he took this year yet because it was last season. He was still a rookie.
Right.
You haven't drafted Casey Wallace yet, but you're going to have a lottery pick because you missed the playoffs. Right. All of those things you're yet to see. Do you look at it like it's out of nowhere to say Houston, the team that won more games, has all of these young talents that are already on the roster? You've seen what you've seen from Sengun before he got hurt. You've seen what you've seen from Jalen Green to end the season. You've seen Jabari Smith improve, all of those things. Is it crazy to say that Houston have a brighter future at that time?
No, it's not. Because the reason why we're saying this is because of what we already seen with Oklahoma City right now. What you're doing is you're taking those things that we've already seen off the table and you're matching up Houston this season with what Oklahoma City was looking like last season. So of course the narrative changes, but because of what we've seen already with Oklahoma City and how much more advanced they've become because of their young guys, I just look at it differently than that.
Yeah, that's why we got to wait and see with Houston. Because like I said, they're a year behind. We got to see what Houston do next year compared to what OKC did this year. Who takes a jump? Who's the Jalen Williams for Houston, if there is one? Who's the All NBA guy for Houston, if there is one? What does Amen Thompson look like in that tertiary role? What does Jabari Smith look like? We're a year behind. So like everything we compare, if we're comparing Houston this year to OKC this year, we're always going to be a year behind them. Right. We started a year after them. So that's all it is. So we just got to wait. Like next year, we'll see where we are with this conversation.
Now, before we get to our super chats, Ron, really quickly, I want to remind you guys that this is the same Houston crew that Mars was divorcing earlier in the season. Mars was ready to see other people. Mars was out. Yeah, Mars was ready to see other people.
Mars is creeping with the same OKC team we talk about.
I just want to make sure. Can't hear you, yo. We can't hear you.
Yeah, early you're
muted. We can't hear you, brother.
I said that they went to counseling and Mars took her back. That's all it happens. Sometimes rockiness happens.
But Mars wants to be with OKC though, secretly.
Because I'm not like me. I just enjoy good basketball. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm very high on Houston, and I watched 82 Houston games this year. So like no one could be like, oh, Mars is just a fan for the cameras. Like, I'm sorry. I'm in my spare time. I'm watching Houston play every dribble of basketball. So you can't like. I'm not trying to hear that. Mars, I just like good basketball. And the bonus. I think Sengun's probably a better passer, but I think
talk to me. I
just like good basketball. I really like what OKC's got going on. So like I'm not mad that OKC might have more success or have a brighter future. Like I'm fine with that. I want Houston to win. I would love to see them be successful. But at the end of the day, if I have to pick, I'm always gonna pick the side of good basketball, and OKC play great basketball. So I'm fine with that.
I think in 3 years the Spurs will probably be better than both those teams, but that's just because of the.
I don't think that's
with what, Jalen? With what?
It don't matter. It's something.
You know why early.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on. When you have a centerpiece like Wemby, when you have a centerpiece like Wemby,
that's all it is.
It's not that difficult to make it work. It's not that difficult.
I know y'all know
Wemby, too, though.
But he gonna go through his Michael Jordan, Boston, and Detroit days playing with the Thunder and the Rockets. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna go through his woes. Getting killed by them teams, dog, because it's gonna take a while to give him what you need, unless a star player comes over there immediately. But what star player comes over there immediately to change?
All it takes is 1 or 2 drafts, if that, and maybe a free agent or 2, and that's it. 1 or 2 drafts and a free agent, and they could be right there.
That's why the Spurs are in a good spot, because the worst thing you can do as a young team is get a young player, and your team automatically wins like 41 games.
But the Spurs
because then you don't get the good draft picks. You end up with the 13th pick, and then you're trying to build with late lottery picks. The Spurs being terrible means they get top 5 picks. Now maybe they can get Nikola Topic. Maybe they can get Ron Holland. Maybe they can get Alex Sarr. Maybe like them being bad is what's perfect for them.
You better hope they don't get Cooper.
They need to, if they're not making the playoffs, they need to bottom out. Not like lose on purpose, but they need to get high draft picks to put next to Wemby. They need
they need
an Alex Sarr. They need
if Wemby's teammates actually liked him, you'd have been paying that money, Jalen. But boy, oh boy, give him a point guard, please. LaMelo Ball, one of them guys, somebody, I don't know. Maybe make something happen with Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know. Just make something happen. Please give Wemby a point guard.
Yo, I gotta get to the super chat.
He ended up sending the rest 200, so the bet is paid off in full. Shout out Ticket. A lot of y'all won't be paying your best for that side, but he did it. Shout out Ticket.
Hey, look. Tay Luke in the chat owe me 200 right now on that Wolves Sun series. He talking about Friday,
man. Hey, Pay Luke. We're not calling you Tay Luke anymore. We calling you Pay Luke. Pay
Luke.
Your Highness Charles said those Nets picks are overrated. Woj is already talking about them going to overspend and go after Donovan Mitchell and Brandon Ingram. Mars, you are smoking if you get in top 5. OKC clears them.
If the Nets go, okay, I don't know how the Nets are getting those guys.
That's number one. That's number one.
Sure, even if they do that, we can then move the picks. Like we don't need to keep them. If the Nets are gonna try and compete, we then just move the picks. We have no need for the picks at that point.
Right. The only reason why you're keeping them because the Nets are going to be bad. That's the only reason why you're keeping the picks.
Yeah, well.
Alan L said, Lakers lost, but my GOAT played great. I'm satisfied. L Ox, L Dub, and someone check up on Damo.
Yeah, I need to check up on Damo when we get to it.
Yeah, we ain't heard them.
Lakers lost to a better team. It's cool.
Prodigy said Darvin
LeBron
Ham should
out
have
of here.
taken a timeout when it was 68-64. The team was exhausted and Denver was going on a run. He waits until LA is down 71-74. Call it timeout.
If he takes that timeout, then if I'm not mistaken, now he doesn't have the timeout to challenge that call.
He shouldn't have challenged it anyway.
Teddy Hart said Nuggets remind me of a more offensive variation of the dynasty Spurs. Jokic, Timmy, Parker, Murray.
Who's Ginobili? Ginobili.
MPJ in a sense, I guess. But
Oh, shut up.
MPJ hooping like he not Jamal.
Yeah, so he's hitting. He hitting.
Thickest Pilot 9 said they don't win without Murray, but they are even close. But they are even close. But
I think he means they're not even close.
But they are not even close without Jokic. They are symbiotic in a way, which is why they work so well together. Denver needs both.
Yeah, and any like dominant big, whether it was Shaq, Kareem, Jokic, like a lot of the times they do have guards who are their closers in a sense, because I think it's just kind of harder for the big man to be a quote unquote closer.
Jadine Anderson said, "If LeBron is the GOAT, I guess Jamal Murray was cooking Curry. I guess Jamal Murray was cooking Curry last night."
Hey, shout out Curry. Yeah, LeBron's still the GOAT, but hey, Murray's him. Like I said, I mean, Murray, the Lakers were clutch, and they left time on the clock, and Murray just had the last possession of the game or close to it and hit a shot.
Oh, Murray is so good, man, in the clutch, man. He's so good. His team ain't worth a damn.
I want to see his clutch
so
stats.
good.
Like it's have to be insane. His clutch stats over the past.
He gotta get them teeth fixed, man. Teeth ain't worth a damn, but he's so good.
Prince Liger said the conversation about Jamal Murray needs to change. Change numbers or change? No, he's not better than Penny, but he does need more credit. Isn't that right, Mars?
Yeah.
I think he's getting his fair share of credit now. I think everyone recognizes how good he is. What he's doing with an injury is to be applauded. I think it's risky going out there with a calf strain, but hey, he did it. And I think he's gonna get his rightful credit. I think some people might go overboard, but it's fine to happen that way because some people are gonna still say he's not that good because contrarians. So yeah, I think give Jamal Murray his credit. He's a great player.
He's a very weird player he's a weird player to rank though. Because like what he doesn't like if he has more game winners against Minnesota, it's just like it gets ridiculous at that point. If he has another 1 or 2 game winners against Minnesota or whatever team he plays.
Yeah.
Maybe the rankings just doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I think Jamal is just a guy also as great as he is. His ability to have Jokic, man. So many guys' careers would be different. They had a Jokic type player. So I also do want to draw back on that because we don't know what Jamal looks like if he has to pull a Dame and be the leader of a franchise for years. We don't know what Jamal looks like. We also know what Jamal looks like if he actually plays the whole regular season and not, pick and chooses his times to play in the regular season. So I do think he's one of the better playoff performers, but I'm not putting him over Penny. I think Penny would ready to run the league if he didn't get hurt. If Shaq didn't leave. So I just look at Penny's upside was bigger than me, honestly.
Wade West said LeBron is a top 10 all-time great, but losing repeatedly and getting swept with good teams does affect his ranking. So he could just stat pad and lose?
It's not about stat padding and losing. It's about, again, it's just the way we look at basketball. It's a team game. That's how
we hate LeBron so much, man. It's sad.
I'm just going to stop saying players have championship. It's, LeBron was a part of 4 championship winning teams. The Bulls won 6 championships, and Michael Jordan was the most important part of that team. That's the way to look at basketball. Go ahead.
The day the announcer doesn't call LeBron James' name to hit the court, we're going to all shed a tear. Y'all talk what y'all talk, but the day there is no more LeBron, we're going to all shed a tear. Trust me. Especially if he pulls a Jordan and just decides to never be seen again.
Gunny Elneck said, we hyping up the 2021 Jazz. What happened to the game? I love the comparison. I love this comparison isn't even close. What happened to the game? I love this comparison.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think we're hyping.
Yeah, the Wolves are better. The Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're hyping them. I mean,
but the Jazz had a team though.
Yeah, they was a good team. That's not. They weren't scrubs. They were a good team.
Yeah, the Wolves are better.
Wolves are better. Yeah, the Wolves are better.
Two things can be true.
But you know why the Wolves are better, Mars? Because Ant-Man plays for them. In the conversation.
Phil Sutter said, big fan of the show. Been watching for a while. Mars, I got a question. What do you think about the Nuggets Wolves series? Who you got?
I think it's going to be a great series. I don't know. I'm interested to see the matchups and how I want to see what Denver bring out. There's some things that I'm surprised I didn't see more of in the Lakers series in terms of inverted pick and rolls, Jokic, Aaron Gordon pick and rolls. If you want to get Rudy out the paint, like there's a lot of things that I think Denver haven't done in the Lakers series that I think they're gonna bring out against the Wolves, and I want to see how they counter those things.
Does Denver have home court advantage, Mars?
Yes. So
there's one game in Denver. Remember?
There's a lot of things I want to see in that series, and I want to see how the Wolves counter. I want to see if Minnesota's jump shooting is sustainable. I want to see how they attack Mike Conley on defense and how the Wolves protect him. There's a lot of things I want to see. Who's going to win? I have no idea. I'm hoping for a great series.
I just hope somebody finally make Jamal Murray play defense. Please make him come out and play defense so he doesn't have so much energy in the fourth quarter offense. Please.
Pimp named Slickback said, as a representative for the Nets, Ron, I reject that man's ridiculous trade. Keep Kawhi away from my team.
Yeah, give up Mikal Bridges and some picks for Kawhi. Stop lying. I
don't think you give up Mikal for Kawhi.
They make bad trades anyway. What's the reason why they wouldn't, Jalen?
They trade Ben Simmons for Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that just Kawhi only has a couple years.
And it wouldn't sound that crazy because it's the Clippers.
Hey Ox, we can put a little 200 on that.
I put money where your mouth is. Old Paul Pierce and KG. I remember that. The Nets ain't great on trades.
That's true.
Dylan Watson said, do you guys think LaMelo Ball should ask for a trade if the Hornets are in the lottery again next year?
Yeah,
they wouldn't be in whoa, stop right there. They wouldn't be in the lottery if he could hold up. How about that?
He'd be getting hurt a lot too.
How about that?
They probably would be.
Can John imagine?
They're not. Are they going to be better than Boston, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Cavs, the Magic, the Pacers, the Sixers, or the Heat?
I think they better than the Bulls.
Get LaMelo to the Spurs.
But the Bulls are in the lottery. They lost in the play-in.
Right.
Right, Jalen? LaMelo to the Spurs.
I like them on the back end of the lottery. To be honest with you, Mars, I like them competing to possibly make the. I'm not a playing tournament fan, but I think they're a lot better.
That's where they were with him healthy. The 21 and 22, like they were in the play-in and lost. They're not a playoff team yet, but what does Brandon Miller turn into? What does Mark Williams do? Who are they going to get as a coach? Like, there's a lot of questions in Charlotte.
They're in purgatory.
I think it's too early to make decisions for them. We don't even know who their coach is. So.
I think Miles Bridges is possibly an all-star next year, though, out of that whole team.
He'll put up numbers. He might give you 20, 23, 25. That's basically what did he do this year? 20.
Like 21?
Yeah.
And remember, came off a whole 2 years, a year and a half of missing ball.
Yep.
I like Miles Bridges to go somewhere else and be very. If he went somewhere else, he'd be very impactful.
Like prison.
Oh shit!
Oh, I forgot Mars. Okay, Mars.
Alan L said Ron thought the Spurs were going to be better than OKC. By the way,
you did say that, Ron. You did say that.
Since when has he been this high on them? Laughing my ass off.
You did say that, Ron.
I was using my troll of
Ron, I don't want to hear your shit, Ron. I don't want to hear none of your goofy logic. Okay, all right. Move on. Okay.
Hey, but not for real though. Like OKC turned out to be a whole lot better than I gave them credit for. And
all of us did. I did not have them at the top of the West.
I did not. Didn't think they were going to be this good, but now that they are this good, like I can acknowledge that they are this good.
Yeah.
Denham said, Ron, you sat here and said a men's floor was John Wall. They don't have a how they don't have a shot.
Yeah, but Men Thomas becomes John Wall. Please,
that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
If he becomes at least John Wall, they're better than the Thunder. Trust me on that.
This dude right here said he had athletic Magic Johnson who plays defense.
I remember that. And he called Jalen Green Michael Jordan. I remember that.
But he needs to get a better handle before he can get the.
He does. Work on that left hand.
Right now, like this year, he like Aaron Gordon light. That's what he is right now.
That left to right cross is super whack.
It's terrible.
But I think he's gonna come in next year. He's gonna be a bad ball handler. He's gonna be a bad.
If he works on his ball handling and gets just a mediocre shot, it's gonna be a problem because his defense and rebounding and his intangibles are already there. He just needs better handling and his passing isn't bad. Him and his brother can really pass very well. I don't know who their mother and father is, but that's a hell of a genes. They got some good genes, man, because them brothers are problems athletic. They might be the top 10 most athletic guards or athletic players in the game right now. Top 10, both of them together in the top 10.
Hey, Ox, we can lock that in. 50 a game. I like that. We can lock that in.
Oh, Ron told me I have to finish the show.
Yeah, finish Superchats, yeah.
Okay. Culture Sonda said send super chats, proceed to take 2 hours to read one. Yeah, okay. Hey man, I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read these as quick as possible because you know I'm a good host. LeBron James said happy birthday to the final boss. I don't know if he means
Appreciate it. The real final boss.
Yeah, we'll see. Jadine Anderson said you're not winning anything with Zion.
Respect.
Hot
He was
take.
about to win that game.
Shout out to M3 Details and Kenya Winston for becoming members.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Anderson said who grabs more rebounds in this series, Denver or Minnesota? Whichever team misses more shots, the other team will get more rebounds.
Yeah.
Pimp name Slipback said super chats are on. I'm getting to them. Prodigy said Phil Handy would know when to call timeouts. You guys like Phil Handy as the Lakers head coach?
I do. I think Phil knows more. I think Phil knows more the game than Martin Garvin, sadly.
Thickest Pilot said Jalen sounds like Gangstalicious, homies over hose. W.
Hilarious.
Pimp name Slipback also said no Diddy. Yeah, Jalen, you was kind of
you was wilding. You was wilding earlier.
Yeah, you was kind of going crazy.
Was wild.
Clint Lager said, Ron, you'd better read my super chat. He did read your super chat about Jamal Murray. Prodigy said happy birthday to Jalen.
Appreciate it, Prodigy.
Reggie asked Ticket to not crash out.
Birthday,
I don't think Ticket crashed out.
Taurus.
I don't think Ticket crashed out. And then Prodigy said he would rather have Trey over KD. And that's going to end the show. So,
look at Mars, 12 super chats in like 3 minutes.
Thank you guys for watching. Open Gym is next on playback. Enjoy the show.
How difficult was that?
Yeah,
How difficult was that? That was not difficult at all.
Tomorrow.